I love game design. Creating rules, puzzles, and encounters to make your players think is no less than art to me. I am also fascinated by pre-written modules. So much money, time, and effort goes into writing a TTRPG adventure. And I've written a fair share of dungeons, adventures, and encounters, and there's always something so special and different about running an adventure that somebody else wrote. There's integrity to the design that I want to respect for the sake of the creator's vision, which has always left me split. Do I take these ideas and turn them into my own, or take a chance and respect the original design? In the past, I've done both, and honestly, I don't have a good answer, but I want to know. I need to know. Could modules prove to be superior than to whatever I'm writing if I run them exactly to the letter? Which is why I've gathered some of my friends to test some of the most renowned modules out there and see if it's easier, more fun, and a better experience to run a dungeon exactly as it's written. Welcome to Dungeon Delve, where we prove the fun and put modules to the test. Guys, being your most comfortable self this fall starts from the waist down. You may not think that having breathable, stretchy, comfortable underwear makes life amazing, but think about it. It's one of the most necessary and useful pieces of fabric that's always touching the most sensitive part of your body. Take it from MeUndies, the brand with so much versatility and style that it's gonna stand out in your drawers. If you never thought you needed a special pouch for your parts, take the hundreds of 5-star reviews as your sign that this could be your new favorite boxer brief. It's certainly mine. I love my MeUndies. MeUndies also has tons of styles, so you can get whatever you want, look good, and feel good. So be your most comfortable self this fall with MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/fireball. That's 20% off your first order and free shipping at MeUndies.com/fireball. All right, back to the video. This whole operation is simple. I've gathered some of my friends and we're gonna play a normal game of D&D, except we're going to stick strictly to the rules. No leeways, no yes ands, just pure hard rules. I'll also be running the module exactly as written. What happens if something goes awry that the book didn't account for? In that extremely unlikely scenario, I'll just fall back on the countless pages of rules that I already have and make something up, I guess. For our first episode, I decided we'd start with a classic, a final return to the legendary Tomb of Horrors. I made a video about it before and I was never really satisfied with how I ran it back then. I figured I could do a much better job now, plus 3 of my friends have never played it before. So it was time to crack open the yawning portal again and delve into a Serex's vault of stupid traps. A little background about the adventure. The Tomb of Horrors is an adventure module for 1st edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, written originally for the Origins 1 convention back in 1975. Yeah, this is a completely different type of D&D. It was written by some guy named Gary Gygax, who wrote like the whole game or something, and wrote this adventure as a way to really challenge high-level characters and high-experienced players, specifically calling it a thinking person's dungeon. There were several very expert players in my campaign, and this was meant as yet another challenge to their skill and the persistence of their theretofore invincible characters. The module went down in history as an extremely difficult adventure, which in 1975 meant an instant classic. I don't want to understate the status of this module. It has seen numerous reprints and updates so that every lineage can be cursed by a Serex steamroller. This is a D&D adventure module that has been around for 50 years and has references in Ready Player One. I have read the original 1975 adventure module back when I made the first video and also in preparation for this video. But for this episode of Dungeon Delve, we're going to be focusing on this version. That version. In 2017, Wizards of the Coast released Tales from the Yawning Portal, which took a bunch of old adventure modules and updated them to the 5th edition rule set, or the current D&D rule set, the 2014 rule set. I hate this. Now, for my own history, I've run this adventure about 5 separate times in the past. Only once has a party completed it, and that was because I heavily modified it and put it into like the middle of a campaign. One time I also ran it solo for Logan, and he played a Shadow Monk that like nearly beat the entire thing. I also made a video a few years ago doing exactly what I'm doing here, where I tried to run the dungeon exactly as it was written, but Not only did I fail that a few times, but also my entire party TPK'd, and I don't know, I was just never really fully satisfied with that video. I mean, I'm really proud and I love that video, but I wanted to test the entire dungeon, see what it took to beat it, run the rules exactly as it was written. I obviously had to be missing something. There has to be something about this dungeon that makes it legendary. What is it, Gary? Tell me your secrets! The curse of the Tomb of Horrors will live with me until I die unless I crack its code! The adventure also saw a sort of grandchild mass update with the Tomb of Annihilation adventure module, where the final dungeon in the hidden city of Omu, named the Tomb of the Nine Gods, had writer Chris Perkins take heavy inspiration from the original Tomb of Horrors, and in my opinion that one is way better. So, the stage is set. We're gonna solve the Tomb of Horrors. I just need to gather my friends. Okay, none of them want to do this. For the sake of game design science, I'm going to force my friends to play the Tomb of Horrors at 9 a.m. on a Thursday. Twice! Hey everybody, welcome to Dungeon Delve. I have gathered my friends to play through the notorious Tomb of Horrors. And then, literally no joke, our power turned off. We figured out what it was some construction going on down the road, but everybody at the table literally thought I had planned it because of the timing. The ghost of Gary Gygax was trying to stop us from the inevitable. You can't stop me, Gary. I'm going to discover the secrets of this tomb once and for all. Luckily, the power came back on about 30 minutes later and we got set up and started all over. Also, if you'd like to watch the full 8-hour VOD, you can go watch it on our second channel, Arcane Arcade. You guys are all adventurers getting ready to delve into this ancient tomb. There are legends of this tomb that it houses so much treasure, but it is well guarded and well kept. The Tomb of Horrors is a notoriously dangerous dungeon, and because it was written for challenging characters, it only made sense that everybody played 20th level characters. For character creation, everybody did everything pretty much standard array, and only using the player's handbook, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, Xanathar's Guide, and Mordenkainen's Guide to the Multiverse. So, let's meet some of our characters.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm playing Rosie, the halfling fighter. She's here to learn everyone's story. There's a truth out there, and she will find it.
I'm Jack. I'm playing Chucky Blunderfoot, the halfling rogue, and honestly, I think most of the reason he's here is just to see what kind of crazy traps are waiting for him.
I'm Pepper. I'm playing Colton Bolton, fantasy name generator Buckler K. He's some kind of halfling, and he's more ranger than fighter, so I'm distinct from Rosie.
Hi, I'm Spencer. I'm playing Guy. He's a half-elf wizard, and he's just, like middle-aged now. He just wants to prove that he still has it to the wife and kids.
I've obviously heard a lot about the Tomb of Horrors. I've heard Jacob talk about how much he doesn't like it or that just has had bad experiences with it. And, I've just heard all kinds of things.
I have a lot of experience with the Tomb of the Nine Gods, but I know it's different. But I don't really know how it's different.
I feel like I've been here before. I don't think it was a good time last time either, or the time before that, or the time before that. But I still have it.
I think Rosie's going to do great. She's going to be strong, and she's going to come out on top in the end.
Challenge-wise, I thought I was going to bust my balls right in. I thought someone was going to get got by a trap, and it was just going to be like 2 massive doors, and that'd be it.
But ultimately, I'm not super familiar with it. So honestly, I'm kind of ready for potentially a meat grinder, potentially something kind of rough, but I'm here to have fun, and so is Chucky. So
Before you is a low, flat-topped hill, about 200 yards wide, 300 yards long, and 60 feet high. There are ugly weeds, thorns, and briars that grow upon the steep sides and bald top of the mound. This is where you are.
a bald
A
mound.
bald
Okay, yeah, it's on a bald mound, all right? It's a hill. It's a hill with no grass on it. That's what a bald mound is, guys. Come on. You guys are in front of a big hill.
So we're
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
front
say,
of-
are we at the base of it, or
Is
are
that
we
all we
on
can
it?
see? Just a big hill?
Just you can see it.
We're
You're
standing
below
in
it,
front
you
of
can
it.
see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose we should look for.
Yeah,
if this is
yeah,
where we're going, we
let's
should look
start.
for some sort of
An
entrance.
or something.
Looking
Yeah.
around.
So the first challenge of the Tomb of Horrors is getting into the Tomb of Horrors. Basically, this hill of dirt and sand and gravel and briars and weeds has 3 potential entrances for the characters to find. 2 of them are false entrances that are trapped, and then there's one in the middle that is the real entrance into the dungeon. Finding it is really difficult though, and the book specifies that it takes 10 minutes for characters to search each 10-foot wide space along the cliff face, and they need to use something like a long spear or a 10-foot hole to poke and prod the sand and gravel. Then, once an entrance is exposed, it takes about an hour to shovel it out. So getting into this tomb is going to be very difficult. I'm expecting it to be very annoying, and they're not going to find anything. So would you like to perform a thorough inspection?
Oh, you know what?
That's my
Do
favorite
you know
thing to
what
do.
I love to do?
Okay, you reveal that only the north side of the hill has a
Okay.
crumbling cliff of sand and gravel about 20 feet high
Sure.
in the middle of the hole. The rest of it is smooth, but the north side of this hill is 20 feet of a crumbling cliff of sand and gravel.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's all of it?
that wall right there
Jeez.
is the 20 feet of that crumbling cliffside.
This is 20 feet.
It's 20 feet tall. That's the length of it.
Wow, we're
like,
tiny.
I guess we ought to look for some sort of entrance.
Lord, okay.
Yeah, let's look
Well,
for
I mean-
the loosest part.
Where would you like to inspect? Please point
Right.
on the map.
There.
How are you inspecting it?
I go over to it and I touch it.
Really, Spencer? You're just gonna dig around with your hands? Okay. You struggle to climb up the side and you push through sand and gravel, and you put your hand up towards it. A bit of gravel and sand like falls down. And you're just gonna, you keep doing it, and more falls, and then more takes
Oh,
more of
okay.
it. More comes down the hill, and it keeps going. How long do you do this?
Not very long, I don't think. Well, I dug for about 15 seconds, and then I thought that it was a waste of my time. So we just had Chucky do it. All right, someone try over there.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do it. Chucky will go over there. He'll take out his rod of lordly might, and he will
Okay.
press the 3rd button,
So
which
Oh my god.
is my magic item, guys.
In the distance, it's like
Lord! Blow up. I press the second button. Third button is the nuke. Second button is what I meant to do.
course, of course,
Second
of course.
button, it turns
Yeah.
it
Who has
into
it?
a battle axe, and I'm gonna use it as like a shovel to like
Okay.
dig through like the other section that Guy pointed out.
You start digging. Where do you dig? Here. Okay. As soon as you dig, more falls and from the top of the hill and just like replaces what you shovel. How long do you shovel?
Oh, Chucky's in this for the long haul, so I'll dig for an hour. Don't everybody all jump in to help.
Jack has whipped out the rod of lordly might, which I thought he was going to turn into a pole, but he turned into a shovel to just dig. And I was like, all right, just pick a spot to dig. And he literally digs exactly where the true entrance is. They just got entirely lucky. They just found the entrance and dug in, and everybody just let Chucky do it. This is pretty fortuitous beginnings for them.
the entrance was kind of actually lackluster. The other tomb has you do this puzzle with some squares. This one I just had to dig. I actually didn't have to dig. Someone else dug. I think if I was Gary Gygax circa 80, I couldn't fathom a different way than digging for roughly an hour. That feels right.
I've been digging on the bald man.
You find an opening after digging for an hour.
Hey, I think I found something, guys.
You see a hallway.
A hallway.
Bright, brilliant colors are to be seen everywhere. The stones and pigments undimmed by the passage of decades. The floor of the corridor is a colorful mosaic of stone, with a distinct winding path of red tiles about 2 feet wide, snaking its way south down the corridor. No stonework can be seen on the walls or the ceiling 20 feet above, for some sort of cement or plaster has been smoothed over all of these surfaces and then illustrated. The scenes show fields with kine grazing, a copse with several wolves in the background, workers of various races, and strange human-animal mixtures, pig-human, ape-human, and dog-human, going about various tasks. Certain of the frescoes show rooms of some building, a library filled with many books and scrolls, the door of a torture chamber, and a wizard's workroom. This first hallway has so much going on in it. There's the red mosaic on the floor where if somebody follows it and pays attention to it, they notice that there's a message that they can uncover. There's like 3 doors on the walls, one of which is a trap, another one which is like hidden that leads them forward. There's a green devil face at the back of the room. There's also a misty archway back there as well, but they can't currently see it because they're gonna have to walk back there. And wouldn't you know, there's a bunch of pit traps on the floor as well. Let's see what everybody tries first.
Do we
Rosie's
need
gonna just
like
start
a light
walking
source?
along the red path.
Emma's about to learn the first lesson of the Tomb of Horrors, that it's not fair, and any attempt to lead you anywhere is not helpful, and there's pit traps everywhere. Rosie, you start walking, and you walk like here, and you're just eyes forward, you're just walking,
Yep.
right? Okay. You keep walking, and as soon as you step there,
The power goes out.
the power goes out.
No.
Gary, no.
You guys all watch as the floor opens underneath you in a 10-foot area. Rosie, you fall. Oh,
no.
And, you take 5 bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Okay.
Then you take 15 damage from the spikes at the
Oh
bottom.
no!
The spikes are also poisoned. Can you roll a Constitution saving throw?
Oh my
Okay.
god!
Not too bad.
14.
You fail. You take 18 poison damage as well.
When I fell down that pit, it hurt. It was a big ouch in my side.
When Rosie fell into the pit, I felt actually confident. I thought it was good to be halfling, resistant to poison. It was good to have Dungeon Delver, so I could have resistant traps. And honestly, I was like, I wish it was me.
No, I don't think Rosie was gonna die. I think she's strong enough. She was gonna come out. Okay.
Yeah, I think Chucky will pull out his
Guys!
torch and light
good
it.
thing.
He'll run over to the trap and be like, "Oh man, how does this one work? Can I try to like trigger it so that it will open and then maybe find a way to get good old Rosie out of there?" I think I will take out my rod. I'll press the 4th button and I'll transform it into a climbing pole. It's got a spike at the bottom. I think he'll try and like press the spike down on where she stepped to try and like get the pressure on to open it, and then sort of like jam it down there. There are little horizontal bars that are 3 inches long that fold out from the sides, so it makes like a
perfect.
ladder. So I'm trying to
very
basically like
convenient.
wedge that in there.
This Rod of Lordly Might is so good. Not only can Jack make a rod, he can make a rod with a point at the end that also is a ladder.
I had a lot of trouble thinking of like what legendary item I was going to bring in, and I looked at the Rod of Lordly Might, and there's just so much you can do with it. I figured that it would be a perfect item for this dungeon. Maybe a little power gamey, but hey, we're only doing this once.
This is extremely helpful, and it's good that they were able to get Rosie out of that pit. It's only just the beginning.
Right.
You can prod the pit lid to force the lid open with a strength check.
Just strength.
Would it help?
Just
Would it help
strength.
if there's someone else that could help? So that
You probably have a better strength than
I do.
me.
I have a
Why don't you
27.
give it a shot? I trust you with my pole,
Jeez.
Buckley.
Oh my
Buckley
God.
Butler.
Okay, yeah, I wanted them to make really strong characters, but the fact that Pepper's character Buckler has a belt of giant strength, making their strength a 27.
The belt of giant strength was inspired by the same thing I talked about earlier, with the large walls crushing. I was hoping I could just Spider-Man hold it all from crumbling in on me.
Wow, that's also going to be very helpful. You know, this group might actually be able to beat the Tomb of Horrors.
How about I help you?
Okay, let's do that.
So
I'll
you have advantage.
She's dying down there. She's
That
dying,
is
Buckley.
a natural 20, so 28.
Because it's counterweighted, you
Sure.
have to wedge it this way.
Yeah.
So it opens. You see Rosie at the bottom, who's probably impaled by like a spike or two.
I climb up the pole.
Yeah, I'll,
Yeah,
pole.
I'll
because
put the pole
I'm
down
holding
and
it, but
Yep.
I'll put the pole down and be like, quick, climb out. Chucky's like, maybe we let me go first and I can suss things out with my pole.
I want to cast conjure animals. I don't know, 8
Rats.
rats of about 5 pounds each. They
Obey
obey
your
any
commands,
verbal
right.
command.
So what is your command?
Adventure.
I didn't know Buckler had magic. I've known Buckler 15 years. Never saw him create rats before.
I think just like that my party could be expendable and used as guinea pigs, I thought, why not have more guinea pigs so I could send them out? I honestly wish they were fatter.
The rat moves down the hallway, kind of skittering around, sniffing, and then you watch as he goes around the corner. He does not come back.
Will.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We know something bad is around that corner.
Seems like something bad's around every corner in this dungeon.
I think that first rat was probably killed instantly.
I think the first rat that went through the magical archway is probably in some kind of horrible tumbling dimension, like a smart dryer, and he's just going on. He's always damp, and he's just going to spin forever. That or he's dead.
Unfortunately, Buckler's poor little rat has been condemned into a tiny space with levers where the rat can do nothing. Honestly, I was very surprised by the rats. Super smart idea. Now they know that that archway is potentially pretty dangerous.
Oh, is there a chest on the wall?
Yeah, probably not.
There is.
Oh,
Let's take a look at that chest. Chucky's curious. Gotta be trapped,
no,
right?
no,
Like
yeah, yeah.
100%.
For sure,
There's
for
no
sure.
way this is legit, but I'm very curious. Can I like attempt to see if this is trapped?
First, do you look at it?
Do I look at it?
Do you examine it
no.
closely?
Oh, well, I suppose I do.
You.
I mean, I'm gonna look for traps. I suppose I do. You're right.
No,
I'm so
I go
sorry.
up
I
to it
gotta.
with my eyes
I'm,
closed.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
let's go.
I'm sorry. I clearly gotta think here.
yeah.
Am I being intentionally monotonous? No, I'm not. This is exactly what the adventure wants me to do. A unique quality of old written adventures and the Tomb of Horrors is that certain objects, clues, traps, anything, only give the player further details when they specifically examine it closely. It doesn't specify investigate, although you could assume that making an investigation check is examining closely, which is what I do going forward. And it doesn't mean just walking up to it, because the archways specify that when a player walks up to them that they do something. So I have to go through this really monotonous process of waiting for my players to tell me specifically when they are going to closely examine something. In the Tomb of Horrors, you need to use your eyeballs and specify that you're using your eyeballs. You note that it is hinged on the bottom so as to allow the lid to swing down if the catch on the top is pressed. It's basically a button.
Okay.
The catch has an easily seen poison needle trap.
Okay.
The needle sticks 3 inches out of the wall.
You're like, that's bad work.
This is insulting. So it just sticks out. Do I even need to disarm it? Can I just avoid it? Or
How do you avoid it?
I need to think, don't I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can Chucky use his thieves' tools to disarm the trap?
Yes,
25.
you disable it.
Easy peasy. I'll open the chest.
You push the button, the bottom of the chest goes inside. It appears to be empty.
It
That's good.
appears to be.
It appears to be empty.
You gotta think harder.
Yeah, I gotta think here.
Think harder.
It may not actually be empty.
Take out a little dagger and like poke around in there.
You feel like the back wall, and then you feel there's something in the middle. It's a lever.
I'll pull it.
You pull it. The floor underneath you opens and you fall.
Ah!
30 feet. You know what? I gotta give it to Gygax for this one. It's the only obvious thing in the room, and because the trap is so obvious and right in front of you, you think that pulling that lever is gonna give you something pretty good.
Falling into that first pit, it was a combination of like dread and excitement. Like when you're going up the roller coaster and it's about to go down, Chucky is having the time of his life so far.
He's on the
But I got the rope!
You fall about a couple of feet. The rest of you, enough strength to be able to stop him. You stop. You look down. It goes down into darkness. The pit that you were down was 10 feet. This one goes 30 feet.
Oh, this is a really deep hole, y'all.
Pull him back,
That was
pull him back.
bigger than my hole.
Echoing down
Welcome.
Hey, yo!
there. Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up.
You pull him up.
Woo! Okay. I mean, Chucky will continue to be the guinea pig, just like bouncing from
Yeah,
stone to
moving
stone.
along.
Chucky loves traps, and he just wants to see if he's actually going to trigger any. But he doesn't want to immediately perish. He wants there to be a failsafe in place, because if he dies to a random trap at the start of the dungeon, there's a whole other dungeon, like, waiting in there. I'm going to miss out on all the cool traps and die to, like, the beginner ones. That's not going to happen.
This is a great plan for the Tomb of Horrors. Just to have Chucky held forward to trigger all of the pit traps just so that they can pull him back up is perfect. And now all of the pit traps in the first room are basically revealed. Outside
right.
of that, that is all of the ones that you guys find.
Good work, team.
You get all the way to the end here. On the wall before you, at the end of the hallway, is a relief sculpture of a devil face formed from mosaic tile. The face has a huge O of a mouth, inside which the space is dead black.
I want to stick my hand in there.
No, don't stick your hand
Stick
there.
your
Wow, I
hand
want
in
to
there?
stick my hand in there.
It goes into the darkness, but it's clearly not like, it's not reaching, there's nothing. You have to like go in further.
Okay, I go in further.
Wait. Do you want me to, like,
Take
hold on
do
to
the
your
mouse
legs?
first.
Yeah, that one the
Fine,
rat.
I hold a rat, but keep my arm in there. I don't let go of
Okay,
it.
so you take out another
Yeah,
rat.
I have 6.
Well, you don't let go of the
No,
rat.
No.
I'm holding it in there.
It's pretty big. Like, you yourself will also go into it with the rat.
Okay, I want to crawl like halfway through and then let go of the rat.
There you go.
You crawl in and you let go of the rat, and
Just
the
my
rat
rump is
disappears
sticking
into the
out.
darkness.
Do we hear
Guys,
do we hear a sound?
The rat's gone.
Nothing. You hear nothing.
I'm loath to give up this rope, but do you want to like pop it on and see if you can like rappel down there and see what's going on?
Sure, why not? Yeah, my whole body's going in there.
But
Your whole body
the
goes
rope
in?
on
Yeah,
I
you.
have
We
the
got the
rope
rope
on
on
The
you.
rope on you.
It looked fun. I wanted to go in there. It looks fun. Looks like a cool, fun hole. I want to find out its little secrets.
The rope goes limp.
Oh,
There's nothing attached to them.
Uh-oh.
Emma, you have been
Oh, no.
completely and
Suddenly
forever
fucked up.
destroyed.
Whoa!
Completely and forever destroyed?
Completely and forever destroyed.
She's just gone?
I see. We should have thought more.
Yeah,
We should have.
We
Should
didn't
have thought
think.
that.
We didn't think.
I was hoping it was a portal and I could go to some cool place.
I was surprised. The other tomb is a guy in there. He's playing cards or something. He's just hanging out. You go in and then it's like his home.
That was hard for me to watch. She put her arm in, nothing happened. I thought she'd be okay. Then she put half of her body in. She was okay. But then the second she put her full body in and I saw that rope go limp, I knew that my rope was gone.
I was really jealous of her. I really wanted to crawl through that hole and see what happened. But ultimately, glad I didn't. Because that would have been bad.
I did not expect her to just be gone forever.
I died. She's gone forever. Caught me completely by surprise.
If I would have thought
Oh my
that we could have been
God.
forever destroyed.
Oh,
we wouldn't
Dungeon
have
Delve's
done that.
first casualty.
Oh no!
Oh, poor Rosie.
Poor Rosie.
Well,
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm playing Dozy, a halfling fighter who is Rosie's twin sister. Dozy is just like Rosie, except will not crawl into a hole. She's a little bit safer. Just a little bit.
I think my initial reaction was whatever this is at Jacob's desk. I think this is what I think I saw. I was like, Dozy, and then all I saw was a generating mill of Emma's characters going into holes and disappearing forever.
The Tomb of Horrors claims its first victim. Gary Gygax and Asarik have both made an example of Rosie. Now going forward, this is a whole different game.
We got this door next to us.
Yeah.
That is where the rat disappeared.
No,
Yeah.
on your right is not a door. The stone archway before you is filled with a veil of thick vapors. The stones on either side of the base and the keystone protrude slightly from the stones around them.
Okay.
As you move within touching distance, the left-hand base stone begins to glow yellow, the right-hand base stone orange, and the keystone 7 feet above blue.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good to know.
Well, we should probably think about that.
Please do.
I don't know. Chucky wants to go back and look at some of these doors that are painted on. Until then, I'll test our hypothesis. I'll make my way over there while maybe these two try and figure out what's going on with that arch. And I'll just
Okay.
tap on the torture room door with my pole. Nothing happens. Okay. Tap on the library door. Okay. Yeah, can I break the plaster?
Yes.
Bring out the axe. Or actually, no. Even better. I'll hit the 5th button on my rod. It'll turn it into a handheld battering ram.
Ooh.
That grants me
that's cool.
plus 10 bonus to break through doors, barricades, and other barriers.
All right,
That's
which
cool.
one do you break?
Probably not the one that has a pit directly in front
Okay.
of it. I won't be able to leverage that.
You break
I'll
the-
break the library door.
The library door you break in, the plaster shatters, but there's just stone wall behind it.
Oh, okay. I'll break the torture door too. I'll do it from like an angle.
You slam it and you break it open, and as you break it open, you see a door behind it.
Oh, hey! I think I found something here.
Okay.
I mean, Chucky will open the door. I'm sorry.
look at the door.
I look at the door first.
You look at.
Normally, we would assume a thing.
Yeah.
We would assume I look where I walk.
Yeah.
I assume my eyes work.
Yeah.
This time,
I can't assume that.
we can't assume because we
There
have to
could
think.
be.
And we have to let the DM know that I have bowel movements.
Exactly what
I go
we are
outside and go to
doing.
the bathroom, eat balanced meal, some water, come back, look at the door.
Yes.
Door, yep.
That's what I'm doing.
You look at the door. It looks like an oaken door that swings inwards.
An oaken door, like the first professor in Pokemon. That means
Noah Blevum, old.
Yeah, that must
White.
mean that this
Banging
guy
Ash's mom.
is
Yeah.
hanging out with my mom.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what this
yeah.
means. Shoot, I might as well just batter down that door.
It's
Breaching,
into-
breaching.
It opens into a hallway.
Bridget clear a smoke bomb in there. Flashbang, a zombie's like,
Throw a rat in there.
You see a small hallway with another door at the end. Hey, you found the door. That's actually really impressive. I've always found this first hallway extremely confusing and overwhelming for players, but these guys kind of handled it. Maybe this dungeon is good? Maybe it just needs to be run a very specific way and this dungeon, works? Well, regardless, they've got a hallway. They think the whole thing's trapped, but it's not. They throw themselves to the other side of the pit and then open the next door. As soon as you open the door, you see a statue. What appeared to be a statue an instant ago comes to life before your eyes.
Oh!
You see a gargoyle. It flaps its wings and stares at you. It has 4 arms, and it is going to attack you. Everybody roll initiative.
All right.
At this moment as well, Dozy.
Oh my God, Dozy,
You
you
have
made your
been
way.
following after your sister this entire time.
Yeah,
40
guys,
years.
I've been here the whole time. You don't remember me?
Finally, an epic foe that I can test my mettle against. I wish it was a trap, though.
So they go into the room and fight the gargoyle, and honestly, they kind of just destroy it. I think Chucky takes like 1 hit and takes a little bit of damage, but I mean, they're fine. They end up also throwing it in the hole nearby. 6 damage?
Yes.
The creature falls on the ground and dies.
Yippee!
You got him.
Slay!
I thought that gargoyle would be a lot stronger. I don't know. I mean, this is the Tomb of Horrors, after all. This is supposed to be some legendary dungeon. And you're telling me that the first threat we encounter is just some, like, pushover statue? I'm a little disappointed.
I don't know what gargoyle they're talking about. I just walked in and they were pushing it into a hole.
Maybe we
door
can each
could-
take a door, investigate for some traps.
Yeah.
Go for it. So this next room is really interesting. It is a hallway of doors that lead to another door, that lead to another door, and as they're looking around the room, nobody rolls high enough to see the secret doors. So they kind of just backtrack and go back into the hallway to find a way forward.
That's time.
You guys make your way down, and you see that archway once again.
Maybe tie a little bit to the rat.
You tie the rope around the rat.
Just
the
tell it to
rat-
go like 5 feet into the room.
It goes into the mist. The rope goes limp.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So this
Not
takes us
good.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
You pull it back and it's still looped. The
Oh,
rope, the rat is
It
gone.
was just teleported somewhere or something.
oh, place?
I could have my familiar go and
Oh.
see.
Oh, and
anything.
see through their
And see
eyes?
through their
Yeah.
eyes.
I love that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that I get to use my familiar. He's very intelligent. Gets to tell me where traps are. He lets me see what he sees, what he hears. He's a good companion.
Oh, I was waiting for this. Using a familiar and then using the ability where you can see through their eyes is such a smart way to get through some of these puzzles. You watch as he goes through the mist and then the mist becomes very dark. He is in a small, tiny cubicle.
He's working.
Oh no!
This miserable cubicle appears to have absolutely no means of egress. There are 3 iron levers, each one about 1 foot long, protrude from the south wall of this chamber.
I think I saw that coming. I don't know why, but it feels right. It's unfortunate there's 3. It means someone's going to die.
There are also 2 rats in this room.
2 rats. Oh,
Okay, your
the
rats
other
are here.
So there's no clear and present danger.
No,
All right.
but there's no way out.
Well, if it's the only way to proceed, I'll go in.
I thought he was dead for sure.
I mean, that archway seems like it's the only way to get forward, and honestly, there's got to be something good on the other side. Those levers, they gotta mean something.
Once again, 4 adults in a room are fooled by a children's puzzle. So yeah, I guess this is technically a way forward. It's just a really difficult way forward. The solution to this puzzle is to touch the stones in the order that they glow. The colors don't really mean anything. Just so long as you push them in that order, then you walk through, then you'll appear in a completely different room that isn't a miserable cubicle with a bunch of levers. I don't know. Jack may die right now, or he'll make his way out. We'll see.
And he will pull the first lever.
So the lever all the way to the left, you pull
Yeah.
that one. Nothing happens. Yeah. They're in a horizontal position. You can push them up or down.
Oh!
Lot of
I
them.
thought
We
that they were
should- we
up or
should have
down.
looked.
I should have
We should have
looked.
looked.
I'll push lever 1 from the neutral position up.
Nothing.
Okay. Do the same with the second.
Nothing.
Third.
Nothing.
Okay.
Right, tomb, horse, pushing all of them does nothing, and it's just a waste of time.
First up, second down.
Nothing.
Reverse.
Nothing.
Okay. Back to neutral.
Okay.
Second, up and down.
Nothing.
Same back.
Nothing.
What's the deal with these levers? I pull 1 down, nothing happens. I pull 2 down, nothing happens.
Just
Back to
my
neutral.
own curiosity. Are they? They're just levers. Are they color coordinated? Do they look like?
There's
There are
nothing on them.
3 iron levers that all look exactly the same.
Love that.
Is there
Let's
anything
make sure.
happening to the gems outside?
That's
Yeah.
true.
You guys,
Oh, there
it's
we
a
go.
rain.
There's nothing going on.
All 3 up. When all 3 go up, you hear a... And above you, you see a 3-foot square stone slide open from the ceiling.
Huh. Okay.
By pure happenstance, there's a crawl space now. Tomb of Horrors. Largely by happenstance in any general situation.
This is the only means of egress in this room, I say to my little lizard friend. Hello, guy. This is the only... Hey, I'm here.
It's like it's like,
All right,
put me down, put me down.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to my vlog.
This is yield vlogging.
There's a hole that opened up in the room up there. I'm going to go climb up there, but I'm going to take you with me. So just stay right here, okay? Rats, gentlemen, it's been an honor.
All right, Jack didn't pull all the levers down, so he didn't fall 100 feet to his death, and he found the escape route. That's great. There's actually 2 ways to exit out of here. Basically, there's like a ventilation shaft, that small like level of crawl space. The room turns and goes back into the main hallway underneath one of the trapped pits. But there is also a secret door in the crawl space. And well, he's gonna roll a perception check to see if he can find it.
Can I perceive?
You can perceive.
Natural 20 for 25.
You do find a...
Hold on a tick. Come back,
You find
lizard.
a secret door. So the rest of you are going to go through the archway, appear in the room, climb up the thing, and go exactly the way that Jack went.
Yep. Well, what do I?
There are 3 large chests affixed firmly to the floor.
Okay.
The western one is gold, the center one is silver, and the eastern one is oak.
Okay.
It has thick brawn bands.
We know about oak.
Each is about 4
We've
feet
seen oak
long,
before.
2 feet wide, and 3 feet high.
Well, definitely there's going to be some amazing treasure in those. They're definitely not going to be empty, or at least not one of them is going to be empty. My guess is maybe some kind of powerful magic weapon that we can use later on in the dungeon, or some neat artifact that we need to use to unlock some boss door like in Zelda or something. I don't know.
So this, again, I have some experience with not only my character, but the Tomb of the Nine Gods. The last chest I've ever seen in a dungeon had an undead monkey with a mace of fear in it. That's where I was. So let's see if we can do more than that.
I think that all these chests are going to be trapped because every other chest we found has been trapped. So just continue on. Go right past him. There's a door over there.
Dozy wants to open that chest really bad, that gold one, but everyone's telling her no. Let's open the gold one.
Well, hang on.
Hold up.
Hold
gotta
up,
think
hold up,
here.
hold up.
I want to open them. Don't get me wrong.
perceive.
We gotta find out first.
I don't do much thinking.
Are you worried that these might be like mimics or something?
They could be.
I'll kick one of the chests.
Which one do you kick?
The gold one.
You kick the gold one, and as soon as you do, you hear sounds from within. You hear like rumbling and like...
Oh, bad.
It's full of
Okay,
creature.
bad.
That's what that is.
Pound on the other one, like pound on the top, like bang, bang,
Nothing.
bang, bang.
Better than
Is it unlocked?
chest full of snakes.
It is unlocked.
What if it's a sleeping bear?
I'll open the chest.
A
You open the
sleeping
silver
bear.
one?
Yeah.
What if a sleeping
Inside the
bear
silver
is in
chest
there?
is a clear crystal box worth 1,000 gold pieces. Inside of it is a ring. The ring is golden, and it has a shield on the front of it.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, that could be good.
I want to kick the wood one.
Kick the wood one. Nothing.
Nothing. I'm opening that chest. That oaken one. If I can't open the gold one, it's gonna be the oaken one. I want to open it.
You open it. When you open the lid of the
Oh,
oak
no.
chest, a giant animated skeleton is teleported into the room
Yeah.
and has a surprise round.
Whoa, that's a big man.
It's less than that. It's just a giant. It's a big guy, not a monkey, or undead, or a mace of fear. Just a big feller.
I knew that the chests were trapped, and she just couldn't help herself. She had to open it, and I understand that. I was young once too.
Thwomp, there he is.
Oh my
Whoa,
god!
big old
Holy
boy.
crap!
Yeah.
Oh no.
And the punishment for being this greedy, this early in the tomb? A giant skeleton that doesn't really have that many hit points and doesn't do that much damage. You know, maybe if they were like level 5, it might have been a threat. They destroyed that thing really fast.
Does
Fire.
26 hit?
It does hit.
Does 28 hit?
It does.
Does
so good.
24 hit?
It,
If you're
And
all
does
fighting-
29 hit?
Yeah, you have
24 attacks!
4 attacks.
29 also hits! So 42 damage. He falls into a billion bones onto the ground and dies.
Billion bones.
Wait, pick up the bones. We
You
don't
guys
need
are
them.
out of combat.
I don't regret opening that chest. I think it was a good learning experience for all of us.
The silver one?
Yeah.
The silver chest is a clear box on the bottom of it, and inside it is that ring.
Take that out.
You try to take it out, but it is set into the bottom.
This feels horribly trapped, but I think it's gonna be worth it.
I want to whack it.
An alarm goes off.
The cops.
Don't worst
Yeah.
thing.
Come on.
Becomes Monty Python.
So freaking funny. Yeah, exactly.
Arrested.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
When you go to lift the box from the supposed bottom of the chest, 8 darts fire
Oh,
upwards.
I should have seen those darts coming. Rookie mistake. Disgraceful, honestly. Will not happen again.
So the crit one does 2 damage, which is already half,
Cool.
and the other one does 1. The other ones completely miss you. One of them goes to the side and hits Dozy, dealing 5 damage. 8 darts fly at you. You like dodge out of them, and then one of them just like sticks in your face. Does
Well, that's on me. Sorry. Chucky puts on his gloves and he.
There you
take the
go.
ring. You
does.
have a ring of protection.
Oh.
Nifty. That's a pretty spiffy ring.
It was worth it. They got hit with all the darts, and we got a ring out of it. It worked out. Equivalent exchange.
I'm already rocking kind of a high AC though, so I think I might pass it on to somebody else. And who knows, it might be cursed. I don't want to deal with that.
All right, they're past the room with the chests, and honestly, I've never had a party open that many of those chests. Everybody's always normally too scared. These guys have no fear. I will say that using a perception check to like hear the poisonous snakes in the gold chest, I did have to make up a little bit. They're literally in the chest. So with a high enough perception, it makes sense that you would be able to hear them, right? Was this intended, Gary? You didn't write it down, so I have no idea. You're so very specific about everything else, about how if you use your eyeballs, you can obviously see things in the dungeon. So did I make a mistake? Were the players not supposed to be able to hear the snakes? Because it's like an iron chest, and if you could put 100 snakes in an iron chest, you wouldn't be able to hear them? Anyways, they fought a giant skeleton and got the ring of protection, and then head on into the next room. The orb room.
Oh, hey,
Very
this looks
long,
familiar.
large room.
Oh my god, what is this?
The floor has inlaid tiles, and the walls and ceilings are painted with figures of animals, strange signs and glyphs, and humans and human-like creatures posing with spheres of different colors. These globes are two-dimensional, of course. So on the west wall, going down, it's gold held high overhead, then it's orange held waist high, then purple at the feet. Then on the other side, waist it's pale blue held high overhead, silver, then buff at feet, and like scarlet. Okay, basically what's going on in this room is that there's a bunch of painted orbs on the sides. 4 of them are illusions that lead to secret passageways. There's 2 fake doors and an archway at the back of the room, which has the exact same puzzle as the one in the first room. But haha, tricked you. This one doesn't do anything. If you push the stones, nothing happens. Which doesn't matter because they didn't even solve the first one anyways. So it's back to just sending Man the Lizard into various holes to find which way to go next. By the
not
way,
sure what
when
better.
you guys step out of the illusory wall that you're in, it is the red held waist high. So when you turn around, you've walked through the wall that has a strange animal hybrid holding one at the waist
We
high.
should maybe test these other walls, see if there's any other secret doors.
There is also, at the back of the room there, another archway. It's a misty magic archway.
Another one.
I hate being in this room with all the orbs. It doesn't make any sense.
I feel like this room's going to trick us only because we're going to think, and the room doesn't want us to do that, or anything at all. And maybe we'll just slam our heads across the surface and just see what we can push through. So let's first do this. Let's check all the plates on,
You're
the,
right.
on the floor,
You're so
and then
correct.
we'll mark which ones are gonked and not.
All right.
And we'll do the same system we know that's tried and true.
Exactly.
The floors never open up.
We're good.
I'm a little
Slay.
bummed, but okay.
Now we can totally look at that mist door. We have 2 other doors, I think.
I'll send my lizard through the misty.
Through the misty archway, viewing through its eyes?
Yeah.
So
pop up.
as the lizard makes his way towards
Yes.
the archway, 3 stones in the archway begin to glow. The left-hand base stone shines with an olive hue. The one on the right glows citron. Keystone 7 feet overhead gives off a russet light. So the lizard goes through, right?
Yeah.
He goes through and then appears out on the other side. He's where you guys dug in. The room with all of the doors
Oh.
and the trap doors on the inside. The sunlight down on top of him. He's at the beginning of the dungeon.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I think this just resets you, puts you at the front.
That's
I
not a
have
bad thing
him-
to find out.
Okay. Can we touch the stones on the doorway?
On the archway?
Yes.
You're going to put it through the mist or
No,
touch the
I'm
stone?
going to try and touch the stones.
Okay, nothing happens.
Okay. Well,
You're awfully smart, Pepper, but just a little too late. Because this archway, which is identical to the one in the first room, doesn't solve that way, even though that is the way to solve the first one, but this one does nothing. Game design.
Can I take a close look at these orbs on the wall?
You point to an orb.
This one.
It looks to be painted on the plaster. There doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. So you go to black at the feet, which is in the middle there. Yeah, that one is illusory. Your hand goes through it.
Found one. All right, I send man through.
So Spencer, playing Guy, sends Man the Lizard into this hole, which leads into the next room, which is the chapel room. But they decide not to go that way yet, and they want to leave their options open.
What about these doors? What do they look like?
Yeah, what are we looking at with these
They
doors?
are
they oaken?
Oaken doors.
Because if they're oak, they're broke. Beat them in, Chuck. Well, hang on. We have to look first.
The module does not describe what every single door is made out of. So if it just specifies a door, I have to assume it's a regular wooden door. I mean, should I be defaulting to stone doors? So once again, I'm having to just kind of like assume and do what's best. I'm really relying on this module and trying to play it exactly the way it's supposed to be intended, and I'm not getting enough details. What are the doors made out of, Gary?
They're just oak doors.
There's oak doors.
placed
There's
in the middle of
nothing.
nowhere.
They aren't locked. They aren't trapped. They don't seem to have anything about them.
Gotcha. All right, battering ram.
Let's do it.
The
bottom
door goes.
Bamf it again. Okay.
It chips a little bit.
Oh. I'll
Or you
pull
can,
it.
there's stone behind it.
Ah, tricky.
I'll
Smash
put
it.
an X
Same
on this
thing.
one.
Open it.
It's a false door as well.
I'll put an X on
Son
that
of
one
a
too.
bitch.
Okay, I want to feel all the orbs.
You feel
I will-
every orb?
Yeah.
Might as well.
And there it is, the solution to this room. Poking everything. Every room prior to this room has punished you for poking things, and now you need to poke everything. Obviously.
Kind of disappointed in that room with the orbs, honestly. I was expecting more, maybe some cool color theory stuff, like mixing colors, and I thought finally all my art classes would pay off, but
I thought that it'd be a fun puzzle. It wasn't a fun puzzle. I just had to look around and touch the wall until we found a secret entrance.
I think the room with the orbs, at first I was like, okay, there's got to be some kind of pattern here. There's definitely something we have to do here. The arch at the end with all the mixed colors, like there has to be some combination, maybe if we touch them, but no, it just kind of seemed like it was, like it's a red herring, ultimately, and I don't know, some missed potential there, I think. Maybe the other way? Oh, that looks cool.
That looks nuts.
You see what is obviously some form of temple
Obviously.
area.
Duh.
Obviously, it's a temple area, guys. There are scenes of normal life painted on the walls, but the people have rotting flesh, skeletal hands, worms eating them, and so forth. Yet there are also depicted various religious symbols of good alignment. There is a mosaic path leading between 4 rows of wooden pews that face the worship area. In front of the pews, a wooden railing divides the room. South of it is an altar in front of a tiered dais, on which sits a wooden chair. Okay, we're in the chapel room. We're making a lot of progress. There are some tricky little traps in this room. Well, they're not technically traps, they're more like activated spell effects and stuff. So let's see how this goes. You need to move further into the room so you can see the features of the
Well,
subject.
let's go in there then.
So the party heads further into the back of the room, where there's a lot of stuff. The chair is nicely carved and padded, but seems unremarkable. On either side of the dais is a large freestanding large brass candelabra, each holding 5 white candles. There's a lot of unnecessary detail. I think it's to throw off the players. I did read this to them, and it's just none of this matters. The chair does nothing, the candelabras do nothing, the urns do nothing, the skeleton does nothing. The only thing the skeleton is there for is to warn players not to go into the archway, because it can have some pretty bad effects. But this room really doesn't have much in it, except for a coin slot in a nearby wall that acts as a secret door. So, right, a character has to inspect the eastern wall in order to even see it, so if any of them think about inspecting walls, then they'll find it. We're gonna be in here for a while.
I'm afraid here. The walls are spooky. Once again, we should probably just go. There's a dead guy in the corner. Anyone else notice that?
That room felt the safest to me. There was a nice comfy chair in there. It was nice in there. It was a place of worship. I don't know what they're worshiping, but
The skeleton's outstretched arm points to a stone archway set in the wall. The opening is filled with opaque, bright orange vapors.
Oh, okay, another vapory thing. Do you want to send your lizard through?
I can send my lizard.
You send your lizard.
Yeah.
He goes through the orange vapors
Yeah.
and once again appears at the beginning of the dungeon.
I f***ing knew it.
Oh, he's at the
God
start again.
Damn
Alright.
it. All those
Except
dungeons.
when you get man back,
Yeah.
he's woman.
What?
The
Oh,
lizard's
shit.
sex has changed.
They transgender your lizard. Okay. I think I like this.
Good for them. For her.
I can't really tell what man wants. I was just down to let her stay like that. Man,
Dozy
are you
wants to
okay
walk
with
through
this?
that arch.
You go through it?
Yes.
Dozy's walking into the arch. Dozy
I mean,
disappears
Dozy, if this is
beyond
what
the
you
arch.
really want, I can't stop
it
you.
is.
Dozy, you
It's
are at the
free.
beginning of the dungeon.
Okay.
You are completely naked. Everything on you is gone. You are also a man.
Your dick
I took
was
all
out.
your shit. What happened? I definitely like this.
More power to you, Dozy. This is supposed to be a ha-ha, funny trap, gotcha, and now your character's completely different, and everybody at the table goes, whoa! Emma ripped this out of Gary Gygax's hands and took it for herself. Hell yeah.
Well, I did warn Dozy, so I can't assume that this is what she wants.
I hope I'm hung.
I'm once again asking you to suspend your disbelief, and we have to turn back time a little bit.
Oh.
Ready? I goofed again! Okay, it's a small one, okay? I'm still running it exactly to the book, and we went back time a little bit so it didn't entirely destroy the surprise of this archway. So going the first time reverses your sex and your alignment. Then if you go a second time, it reverses it back, but you take psychic damage. Then the third time you do it, your sex is reversed again, and then you're at the beginning of the dungeon with none of your stuff. The archways are so confusing, I genuinely thought that once you went into an archway, you went to the beginning of the dungeon, but I forgot that this one is different. That only happens on the third time you go into it, and it's fine. I basically ran it exactly the way it was supposed to be run. Everything is still the same. Dozy, you go through and come back out. You still have all your stuff. You are just now a man.
I don't know, this is kind of cool. Both Dozy and Rosie have died today.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. well, who are you then?
You mosey?
My name is now Donatello. Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm playing Donatello. I am a halfling fighter.
You know, look, she knew what was going to happen. Sorry. He knew what was going to happen if he walked through that arch. So, you know what? If that's what he wanted to have happen, that's what he wanted to have happen. Nice to meet you, Donatello.
Donatello isn't different from Dozy, except that he kind of talks like this.
Rest, Donatello.
I want
Yeah,
to sit on the
rest.
big chair.
You sit in the chair. Nothing else. So in front of you
Yeah, I was
is a
about to-
giant blue altar.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, no, that's nothing.
It is a block of strange material that glows with the inner light of opalescent blue.
Gotta get
it
the
here.
battery.
I want to touch it.
You touch it, a lightning bolt spell
Sweet.
streaks down the center aisle.
I poked the altar because I wanted to poke it.
Okay, everybody
Right.
in the middle roll a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20.
I got a 7.
I rolled a 15.
That rat and lizard and any summons that are in there. Just
What if it goes over them?
What if I do
doesn't.
this?
Yeah, they touch.
Then the altar turns a fiery blue-red.
Whoa.
Oh,
what
that's
did you
cool.
do?
Oh no.
Don't touch it again, please.
But yeah, maybe
But-
if we clear
But
the
it's different now.
clear
Maybe
the
if
middle
you
and
move
we
out of
touch
the
it
way.
again.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
I'm going to sit in this pew.
I'm gonna
Obviously.
touch it again.
Oh,
Oh, I do this.
Scary. Yeah.
Fireball explodes in the room. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's good.
18.
You take 10 fire damage. You know what, Gary? It is most entertaining for the DM for a player to just poke everything. This is great. I was really afraid they would just go through this whole thing and just not interact with anything, but I can always rely on Emma.
Getting hit by the fireball was not worth it.
are there any secret doors in here?
With your passive
Per chance
perception,
of 20 and buckwheat's and 20 million?
that counts as inspecting a wall, right? Okay, you see what looks like a coin slot in the wall.
Oh boy, hope it's not a trap. And I hope Donatello stops pressing that altar.
Oh, Chucky will go put a coin in it.
The wall is actually a block, and it sinks into the floor, leading you to a passageway.
Ta-da!
Please,
I did
let's
it!
go.
Call me Chuck E. Cheese the way I be dropping those tokens.
Ah, stupid.
Shut up.
This again reinforces that Acerak is just a game show host. He puts an arcade little token he wants us to put coins in, and maybe we'll get something. Knowing what it's going to be, it's going to either be nothing or just a basilisk or something.
Chucky will peek in there.
You peek in, and you see what looks like more hallway.
Oh, stairs.
Continuing progress away from a really interesting room into hallways and traps and pit traps and secret doors and hallways and doors and trap doors and pit traps and secret pit traps and trap doors.
Hallways and traps. I'm glad we've moved past 1 D&D or 2 D&D because it seems like I assume the DMG was that thick, and there were mainly traps.
Shall we descend?
Oh,
Descend!
You head
Stepping
down,
on
and you
tiles.
see like a corridor
Ooh,
that
okay.
turns into a door.
seems bad. Yeah, the
With your
wall.
passes, you see nothing. You can do an investigation if you like.
Natural 20 for 33.
Nothing. See a
Okay.
door.
I think we're good. Investigate the door. 31.
Door is not locked nor trapped. All right, did you hear that? You hear how Jack investigated and then perceptioned the door and then the floor and then the walls and then everything going forward? Just imagine that is every time they walk into a room, see a door, see a floor, see a wall, see anything. Because that is what the Tomb of Horrors has conditioned my players to do. And Jack is on it every single time. Jack checks for traps on like every single object. I'm going to edit out most of them.
Ready?
Yeah.
Breaching!
You breach the door, it flies open.
It flies away.
Yeah.
Like Super Mario, it sprouts wings. I thought it'd be funny.
Small.
Okay.
open way.
All right.
We're masters at this.
Shall we?
Yep. Just like it's been all day. Really long hallways. Filled with nothing.
So in this next section, which is going on behind me, the party opens a door and then avoids a pit trap and then opens a door and then avoids a pit trap and then opens a door and then avoids a pit trap until they reach a long hallway. And at the end of that hallway is a door. The thick wooden door ahead of you is heavily bound with iron bands, and there are several locks keeping it shut.
Chucky will very carefully, make the way down and, lock door.
Check.
Investigate for traps.
No traps.
None?
You feel like you hear something. You hear far-off music and happy singing
Oh.
from the other side of the door.
Singing.
This door seems like it's going to be the way out. I hear laughter and it sounds fantastic. I hope it takes us to the end.
Probably a happy little fun party where we can sit down and eat and the food's all poisoned and we don't know until we're already out of the dungeon and we die in our sleep the next day.
I'm going to try and unlock some of these locks.
You cannot pick the locks.
I cannot?
The locks cannot be picked.
Are they?
It is not even described, nor do they give me a DC, nor do they specify that the locks can even be opened.
Having like one locked door and I'm not even allowed to pick it? I don't know, seems kind of petty.
Is the door locked then?
The door is locked. Cast knock. No amount of forcing or spells will open the door. It is not impervious. You can destroy it.
I have
Let's
pass
start a
wall.
whacking.
Whoa.
That's insane.
Chucky has several buttons on his rod, but we have a Spencer playing a wizard. Always brings banger spells. That's one of them.
I don't see why you couldn't do this. It does say no amount of spells will open the door.
But when I open it, right?
But that spell does not open the door. It just fucking deletes the door. So the door has a bunch of locks on it. It radiates abjuration magic, yet you can't pick the locks, you can't cast knock, no spells will work on it, but you can attack and destroy the door. Or if you cast disintegrate on the door, it also destroys it. The door is not impervious to all damage. So I have to assume that this spell has to work on it, right? That has to be how that works. I don't know. I don't get any more clarification. Pass wall, Gary Gygax.
That's a very underrated spell, and I'm so glad that we got to see it get flexed here. So sick.
You gonna cast pass wall?
Yeah, I pull out my staff.
You can hear the sounds of confusion and distress coming from the north. A faint glow, like that of a small flame, shines in the distance. The walls of the passage ahead of you are smooth white alabaster, and the floor is highly polished, smoke gray marble.
All right, I'm going in.
When you get to here,
This isn't good.
Chucky's going in. Wow, I thought it would be Donatello.
I told you Chucky was going to die.
The floor is beginning to slant. Roll
oh.
initiative.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
To
that's
slant.
neat.
Oh boy, God, I've been rolling such for initiative.
So like
Which way?
As if it's like a seesaw maybe. I'm familiar with this. It's a seesaw. I don't know where it goes. I'm hoping it's a shoot to somewhere fun.
On
Good
initiative count 10, all characters north of the door fall prone and slide 10 feet to the north.
You know what? I think it was always going to be this way.
Ooh, that's not good. Let's cast fly on everyone and hope that we can get him out. I could cast fly on the three of
Oh.
us and then you can pull Chucky up.
Let's do that.
Buckler, what are you doing?
I will fly up to my speed and hold Chucky. And I will lift him so he's not also putting weight onto the
So then at initiative count 10, it resets.
You know, I kind of wanted to get out of that with my own wits, but I'll accept a helping hand.
What's ahead of us?
Yeah, do we want to fly down to the end and just see what's
I
at the
think
end of
we're
the
gonna
thing?
go to the end.
It gets really hot. At the end of this is molten lava.
Okay, all right,
good to
time
know.
to go. Youch. Probably not the blaze of glory I was looking for.
Tomb of Horrors. It's nothing. But a pit of lava. Will you die? and kind of slowly.
I'd be a congratulations, halfling. Well done.
So do we think the path forward is down to the pit, or we just go all the way back?
I mean, there could be somewhere in the pit.
So the party leaves the door that goes to the seesaw trap that goes into a pit of lava and heads back and tries to find the way forward. Unfortunately, the next way forward is extremely hidden. I am hoping one of them finds it because I would hate to end it here.
Are these spike traps or just pit trap?
Yes, they're just like the ones at the very beginning of the
Well, we can
traps
look
and
in the
everything.
traps.
We could.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should look in the trip.
Well, there was another secret door back there that we can check out.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, that goes back around. No.
All the way
Emma,
back.
did you go in the pit and look? Because you did say you were going to do that. Did you do it or not?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I could-
Okay, when you go inside that one right there, on the bottom of the spike pit, there is a wooden door that is painted to
Oh.
look like stone.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Small.
I'm
When you
gonna
open it,
open that
there is a
door.
crawl space.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Let's go.
Progress.
Okay, we're good.
Donatello is a genius for discovering that trap or that trap door.
I had mentioned earlier, maybe we should do that, but it didn't really work out. So I'm glad that Donatello remembered. So I'm going to call that a win for me personally.
Why am I even here? I'm the trap guy. I mean, Buckler's also the trap guy, but I'm the trap guy, and Donatello finds the secret. I gotta step up my game here.
How long have we been here?
Probably closer to like an hour.
Oh, I look in the bag and I'm like,
Oh, the rats are gone? Damn. They're dead. Let's die. So, coming up is one of the most iconic rooms in the entire dungeon. The entire fake ending, where the players go in and they see a form of Acerec appear, and there's a glowing magic sword on the ground, and they can kill him, and then the dungeon begins to rumble, and then you count down from 10, and then you ask the players if the dungeon was difficult, and you basically lie to them and tell them that you beat the game right there. And 5e has this very specific ruling under passive perception where you can use it to see secret doors. And because every secret door in here has a DC, I realize about halfway through the dungeon that they can just see the secret doors with their passive perceptions. So yeah, they completely skip that room. They see the secret door right next to them that leads them into the next area because their passive perceptions are that good. It's kind of cool, actually. There is a secret door on your left.
Is it trapped?
Roll investigation.
23.
No.
Not trapped.
It is slightly magical, though.
Detect magic.
It has abjuration magic.
Oh.
Dispel magic.
The door can now be opened.
Nice.
I love playing wizard.
Here's
Oh,
another
good.
room. All of the walls in this room are lined with shelves, and upon these are old jars filled with dust and impotent ingredients of all sorts. There's a large desk and
Impotent.
stool, 2 workbenches, 2 mummy preparation tables,
Great.
clay pots and urns on these tables, and the floor obviously once contained unguents,
Obviously.
oils, perfumes, and the like. Linen wrappings are in rolls or strewn about. Dried herbs of undefiable nature. Bones, skulls, and the like litter the workbenches. There are also 3 vats, about 7 feet in diameter and 4 feet in depth, that contain murky liquids. And then there's just more hallway in
Some
the
kind
back
of
room.
corpse embalming room.
cool room again.
Corpse embalming. Should have expected that, considering this is a tomb. Chucky will go in and investigate for traps. 25.
Nothing.
We're good.
Yeah,
Is there
let's
anything
look
magical in
around.
here?
The one in
could
the
be
east
useful.
has
Touch
is
it.
glowing magic of some sort of undefinable, but it is magic.
Identify.
Identify? It's
That-
not a
that's
potion,
enough
nor
for
is it a
poison.
liquid. In fact, when you cast Identify, you realize there's a living creature on the inside of it.
Holy crap.
What about the blue and the green?
Yeah, I want to touch the blue one.
You want to like put your hand in the blue one?
No, I want to give it a sniff.
A
Yeah,
sniff.
I'll join you.
You
I'll give
sniff it?
as
No,
well.
you can't see. You
I
gotta
waft
waft. You
it.
gotta
Yeah.
waft
Waft
it.
it?
I think that water's soup. I think it's a nice stew that's been cooking, and I'm ready to eat it.
It
Yeah.
smells acrid.
Yeah,
It
that-
smells
that-
like chemicals.
Can
Dark
I take
Souls
my arrow
creature.
and touch the blue liquid?
You put your arrow in it.
Nothing?
You
Okay,
take
I'm
it
gonna
out?
stick my finger in.
Nothing happens. Feels a little cold.
It might be water, guys.
Okay. So my favorite foe is undead. Can I do an investigation, which I have advantage on because it's my favorite foe, in this room to see if I could ascertain what this creature is?
Yep.
Mummies, undead, ranger, favorite foe, undeath. There's some opportunities here. I built it because I knew Sararak built this. Maybe I can find some kind of lesser undead here. 18.
There is a heavy stench of undead permeating this entire place as if it was built by undead. However, that vat right there is not an undead.
No undead. Is it?
dead.
Just
I
dead.
have several foes.
You have several foes.
Several foes,
So many enemies.
which I viciously hate.
Yeah, okay.
The other one would be an elemental.
Nope.
Then I don't know.
Oh.
I hate them
Okay, I
all.
want to
Okay,
stick my arrow
well.
in that one then.
Into the sea.
Is it a guy?
Into the one with the guy? Really?
It dies? That's funny.
You stick it, and the ochre jelly comes to life and attacks all of you.
Oh, it's a
I figured it might be an ooze. I thought all three of them might be oozes, just of different colors, but
Top of the round, Buckler.
I have 2 attacks,
Okay.
and I have a crazy modifier.
Oh, we're all in different clothes. That's because we recorded this over the course of 2 days. So, yeah. Anyways, continuing.
So 31, a 7, so 21.
It is
Both
not
hands.
immune or resistant to slashing damage.
Yep, and then a 16 again. I think we'll do all right. I did a ton of damage with slashing with my sword. I'm pretty sure we all work out. I rolled
In
2 sixes.
reaction to you dealing 16 slashing damage to the creature, it splits into 2 jellies.
Oh.
You slice it down the middle, it tries to split into 2 again, but it just turns into liquid.
Oh, okay.
The ochre jelly is in fact immune to slashing damage.
Oh.
I misread the stat block.
Because the ability at the bottom says if it takes slashing damage, it makes me assume that it can take slashing damage. And then when I went back up to look to see if it could even take it, it was like, no, it just takes it, but then it's immune to it, and then it splits in half. It makes sense, but I...
I'm glad we're continuing the theme that the dungeon's more Jacob's problem than mine.
Dungeon sucks. It's not written well. It's horrible.
Slide Dungeon's fine. Perfectly
Slashing-
fine.
I literally looked at
Perfectly
it.
fine. He looked at it and said everything is fine.
It's immune to 3 things: acid, lightning, and slashing. And I was like, slashing damage is fine.
Oh.
I just didn't read
I
it.
see.
now I know it's immune to lightning. I won't use my signature spell, Lightning Bolt, anymore.
See how I gaslight the DM? Very mindful.
Yeah. Yeah, very mindful.
Very
Very
demure.
demure.
Very demure. Chucky?
I'm just gonna pull out the flame tongue. I'm gonna make an attack. 24.
Halfling is awesome. That hits. Roll damage.
7 fire damage. With the Rod of Lordly Might, the first button
God
makes a flame tongue. You can choose what kind of sword it is.
That's insane.
God damn.
One of those.
Chill out. It's only 10 a.m.
You
attack.
stab into the ochre jelly and it dies. You pierce one with the flame tongue, and then magic missiles batter them, and they're still alive. And you just walk over and just like you just punch the shit out of them, and they just die. And you guys are out of combat.
You know, that ogre jelly did not scare me in one bit. It was tiny, and by the time I got to it, I just gave it a little punch, and it was dead.
Pretty low level enemies in here, you know? Like we're talking ochre jellies, we're talking gargoyles that have like less than 100 hit points. We're talking some skeletons. I was looking forward to a little more of a challenge for combat.
Look in there, Donatello.
Okay.
I would like to
Receive.
stand on this table, kind of push the table in between so that I could hop up on it and
So
look
the
down
middle
between
vat,
them.
when you look down into it, you do notice there's something at the bottom of it.
Oh, hello. We'll take out one of his torches from his pack, and
Okay.
he's just gonna dip it into the liquid to see what happens here. So we're dealing with acid here. Can I make out what is at the bottom?
It looks like one half of a golden key.
Oh,
I could mage hand it.
Now
there we
That's
go.
good.
the mage hand appears and it goes into the acid. It grabs the key.
Pull it
you
out.
pull it out. It
I'll have
takes it
it-
out of the acid.
I'll have it go over to where there's no one and give it a little.
You shake all the acid off.
Yeah.
It like drips on the ground. It goes,
And then once it's clean, I'll have it float over to me.
and you have
Here,
one
take
half
my
of a golden
handkerchief.
key.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Anything at the bottom of that blue one?
You peer in. You see murky liquids.
If I dip my torch in that one, does anything
Nothing.
happen? Okay.
Taste that one?
Powerade.
It tastes moldy and kind of
gross.
like cleaning fluids.
Oh,
Ew.
you look so.
Guys,
What a
don't try the
paradox.
blue one. It's not good.
The
good to
Windex fucking.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I want to reach my hand
Yeah.
in the gray stuff.
to examine the whole thing.
Yes.
There's something in here. You pull out the bottom half of the key.
Yippee!
I
Wow.
will
has
tinker those together. Bing, 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 bing.
Building over there.
The parts can just be joined together, so they
Oh.
have like interlocking pieces. So they just kind of like.
Chucky
click
realizes
together.
that too late. He's already fused it together. It's like, well, this key is the key to everything. I just know it. There's going to be some big old Legend of Zelda treasure chest at the end of this that only that key will open. And I am so ready for that payoff.
I hope it leads us out. We'll unlock a door, a very obvious door, and then we'll be outside, and we won't have to do this anymore.
I think this key is super important. I trust Jack's original assessment. This key is going to open something that we're going to really, really need.
Oh, Jack, you were right. That key is the key to everything. While it is necessary for getting into a Sarik's treasure crypt, the connecting of the two pieces of the key is the most important thing in this dungeon. For Sarik is actually dead, and his soul is completely gone. But his phylactery is that key. By joining those two pieces of that key, Chucky has brought a Sarik back to life. Well, unlife.
All right. Well, now we just got to find where this key goes. Obviously, some kind of great treasure.
You guys make your way down,
Hello.
and you see this long hallway before you. So, a 10-foot deep, empty pit completely fills the passageway and extends so far as to make jumping across it impossible for most creatures.
Do you maybe want to spider climb on the wall and just sort of scout ahead to see if there's any like traps or anything?
That's
to
probably
see?
better. You're right.
You crawl along the wall.
I guess spider climb's strange because I don't have to crawl. I can actually just go.
You just walk.
Yeah, I can just
Spider-Man,
go.
you just walk across the side.
So you see the investigation?
Yes,
Yeah, let me roll again.
if you're looking for traps.
It's 18 plus 8, so 26.
26?
26.
You don't see any traps.
That's
However, you are able to notice that the bottom of the pit has a pressure plate.
Oh, okay. I will notify my party.
All right, stand back, folks.
Pressure plate.
I stand back.
Take my climbing pole and tap the pressure plate.
The floor opens up, these tiny holes, spikes just jut out of them, and then
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Classic spike trap.
yeah.
On all fours,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like an animal.
Gary Gygax continues to put his information backwards. The spikes come out, and they shoot up and hit the ceiling.
Oh,
And then they
no.
like clang, 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 fall onto the ground. Dumb, idiot, dumb. That's the last mistake I make. That's the last one I make. I run it completely perfect from here on out. Anyways,
Interesting.
you climb across, and it's no longer a threat.
Oh, great.
You do
Yeah,
notice
all
that there
of us.
is a secret door right here.
Oh, hey yo.
It opens up into a small room, which opens up into another door.
Chucky rushes in without a second thought.
You got it.
no.
The room appears to be filled with funerary offerings and furniture. There are 4 rotting sofas, a couple of
Oh,
throne-like
gross.
chairs, and a jumble
Oh,
of stands,
throne-like chairs.
small tables, and vases and urns that are dented, chipped, and broken. Only the rather plain tapestries hanging on the east and west walls appear to have been spared a rough looting. Amid the general havoc are scattered several trunks and a larger number of coffers. Chucky, as you run in, you guys all watched as the floor like shifts around and begins to move.
I'm gonna push Guy in there.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
16.
I'm Guy. 14.
Guy, you get pushed into the room.
Oh no. I step back in.
I want to push Bugler so bad. I was hoping by pushing Guy in, it would trigger something or do something, but then Guy just stepped back in, so I didn't really get to test it.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
26.
God dang.
The floor of the room jumps and bucks up and down violently.
Oh my god!
What'd you get on your dex save?
26.
You're fine.
Oh,
That's it.
okay.
It's just like
I hop on the climbing rod like a pogo stick.
Yeah.
What a. It seems kind of silly. I don't really know what its plan is. And there was a moment where Jack was going to use his rod to pogo stick, and I thought it'd be kind of funny if he ejected it and then held the ceiling and the floor together. And I wanted to know what the trap would then do as it got like jammed. I don't know what that would do, but I feel like it would instantly kill us all. So I'm kind of glad he didn't. But it probably went bad.
Buckler.
I think I will stay here, but I will face Donatello.
Turn around like this. You're like,
Yeah.
You turn around and Donatello's like,
Yeah, I had a feeling. I pushed Donatello in.
you really?
No.
Chuck is gonna go over to the left side tapestry here, and he is going to try
get you
and
guys
find
fucking
any
pointers.
secret doors or.
Behind the tapestry.
Sneaky
So you're gonna
sneakies.
like grab the tapestry and pull it.
I'll take it all down.
You pull it down, and as it hits the ground, it forms into a pile and turns into green slime.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Slime! Roll a dexterity saving throw.
23.
You dodge out of the way of the slime, and it's now just like, dodge the slime. That's all right.
Oh, good.
Knock it right down. Bam.
Well, that's the end of that room. The party heads forward and through the door and continues on.
it was a little silly. I thought maybe it would, like this, it would go up to the ceiling. It didn't really do any damage or anything. It just kind of moved him around, broke all the furniture, and even that ooze didn't do anything. It just kind of splatted.
Honestly, I feel like we had a very rough start with losing poor old Rosie, of course, and things were kind of slow going. But at this point, we have figured out what we're doing. We are tearing through these rooms. We are perceiving, investigating, searching, seeing. It'd be really cool if we had an acronym for that.
Anyways, you guys are out of the room.
Perceive, investigate,
You,
see.
you perceive, investigate,
Perceive,
listen,
investigate, search, and see.
Yeah,
That's the Dungeon Delver way.
it is.
Yeah, so from here on out, whenever they're going to look at something or actively perceive or do anything that isn't just making like a check, they're going to perceive, investigate, sight, and see. The Tomb of Horrors. It play conditions your players into coming up with an acronym for using their eyeballs. And it's piss.
See, look at how easy it is. Like, I don't even have to say, like, I look at the walls, I look at the floors. I can just say, can I piss right now?
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't see anything.
I almost said investigate. Perception, investigate. Don't do that. Perception, investigate.
There's perverts in here.
There you go.
The south, you see a door. Directly across from you, the east, you see a door. To the north, you see a wall. But your passive perception is so good that you notice that at the end of that hallway is a secret door.
This way.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the area we're in, this like T-junction, this reeks of Steamroller. I don't know where it's at. I do know that it does exist. And this feels like the way it would come out. And we have to figure out which row is the correct way to go. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm really worried about it.
Sorry, no, that is just a regular door.
Okay.
So all three are regular doors.
3 regular doors.
Love that. North or south then?
Yeah.
What are we feeling?
North.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do north.
You open the door, it's a pull door. You open the door, and as you pull it,
Guys, it's fun.
God, that's so embarrassing.
immediate wall.
Oh.
But all of you with your passive perception know it's a secret door.
Oh,
Even
A
you
secret
two.
door behind a regular
And then
door.
you push it and it opens.
Oh.
A hallway with a door, and a door, and behind one of the doors is a wall that is actually a secret door.
10 out of 10 game design!
On the other side of the secret door is a secret trapdoor in the floor of the corridor.
whoa. Oh, shall we investigate? Pop, pop, pop.
You open it. What would normally be like spike pit trap, this one looks a little different. When it opens, it doesn't have the countermeasure that closes it again. It just stays open.
Hey,
and
look
at
at
the
that.
bottom of it, you see a steep flight of narrow stairs that spiral down to a 5-foot wide tunnel.
Do you want me to send man?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Send
Let's do
your
that.
man down
Let's
there.
send man first.
So the tunnel from the south emerges into a corridor that heads east. The door at the end is a great block of adamantine.
Oh,
That's cool.
You can also notice that there are 3 slots in the door at about waist height. They're like this long and like this wide.
Oh, never mind. Mine's
Oh
not
my
shaped
God,
like that.
You transitioned just for this moment.
Oh, it had to be done.
Can he get into the mechanism?
Yeah, can you get in there?
He goes in it and it's about a foot in, but it's just like this tiny slot made of adamantine.
There's no other side.
No.
And he'll come back out.
Guy's lizard man has been indispensable for this, for something that is been so unforgiving. Having a little guy that could just go little man, to go forward and see things that we will get to see later, but just ensure that we're not walking into any terrible danger. And the fact that if he dies, he can be brought back. Win-win.
How?
Well, if that's all that's down there,
That's true.
we don't need to go down there for now. Maybe
especially
when we
when
find some more
when
peace.
we have a door, we could
Yeah, exactly.
investigate here.
So why don't we go piss that door?
I love the piss strat. I think it's great and fantastic. Sometimes, my ego takes over a little bit and just wants to bust into rooms, but it never ends up well. The piss method is the way to go.
Thoroughly.
You piss it, it just seems to be double doors.
Okay.
Open the door and everybody's like, oh, and a bunch of gas enters the room and everybody rolls con saves. Donatello and man fail. Donatello falls on his face. At first you guys think he's dead.
Oh my god.
But then you check
Check his pulse.
He's alive. He's just unconscious and asleep.
Oh, does the
Another one.
smoke go away or is it
No, it's
constant?
still in the room.
Is it coming out of somewhere?
No,
Tube
it
or
just looks
something?
like it's persisting in this room. It's just in here.
Can we see past the smoke? Yeah, or
Yes,
is it?
you can see another
that
set of
little
double
door back
doors at
there?
the end. Make it to the end of the hallway. See a set of double doors.
Okay, open her up.
In the times that I've done this before, this one always confuses me. It makes no goddamn sense. The last time I ran this in my video, The Worst Dungeon Ever, this is where my entire party TPK'd. I'm really glad that this party has been able to get past that, but this room still makes no sense. I do not understand it. I try my best to explain it to the players, but I really don't get it, and I'm just going to read it word for word here. If the characters don't find the tunnel or choose not to follow it, they move through a door that leads east and then come upon a set of double doors in the north wall. When the doors to the north are opened, sleep gas billows forth from the other side. Each creature in the east-west passage must succeed a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or fall unconscious for 2d4 times 10 minutes. Rolling Stone. Every 10 minutes after the gas is released, roll a d4. On a roll of 4, a stone juggernaut, rather like a steamroller, comes out of a 20-foot square room to the north and rolls 1d6 times 10 feet south, then west. Everything it rolls over is squashed to a pulp. There is no appeal. There is no description of what is going on in that 20-foot square room other than a stone juggernaut comes out of it. Where does it come from? Don't know. How does it get in there? No idea. Does it come out of the walls? Does it come out of the floors? Are they just stacked in there? It does not specify. It just says it comes out of the room. What is in this square, Gary? I can't describe it to my players if they succeed and walk over towards the door. What is supposed to be in there? I basically tell them there's like a garage full of them. That makes the most sense.
We tell where
Storage
they're gonna roll.
closet.
They look like they're gonna roll at you, but
Okay.
they're
Sarah's
not
like, this
yet.
is where I'm gonna
Okay,
this is where
let's-
I'm gonna store them.
Let's run out of here then.
Let me just use my trap knowledge to parse together how this works. So you walk in, sleeping gas knocks you out, and while you're unconscious, steamrollers come in and turn you to pizza. Diabolical. That sucks.
There's a really iconic piece of art for the steamroller, and finding it in like a second hallway back onto the left was not what the depiction of that image is. It's really kind of sad.
So everybody decides to leave, and then Buckler casts Lesser Restoration on Donatello, which does remove conditions, so yeah, it wakes him up. You wake up,
There you
Donatello.
go. Boom. I'm like, hello.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I think so. I just had a good
Can you
nap,
fix
guys.
guy?
Good.
Or man?
You use restoration. No. no. I could.
No, I'll just let him sleep.
Do you guys make your way down?
Yes.
Sure, but I mean,
Yep.
we
I'm gonna
talked
hold
just
my
a minute.
breath this time.
we go.
Oh, whoa! What's going on over there?
Oh, that's cool. Count them with
A
you, Liam.
thick silver mist shot through with delicate streamers of gold partially blocks your view of the area that lies ahead. In the center of the cavern is a small grotto. There's a person. There's like a
Nondescript person?
person
Oh my
there.
god!
Like a.
There's a person?
An NPC.
Yes.
Yeah! This is my moment. This is it. This is what I was born for, what I was made for. My time has finally come.
Okay.
Wait! Donatello!
It's his goal.
Don't go into
When
the
you step
mist!
into the mist, roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no!
Fuck. He was so pure.
As you were looking over into the grotto, you do see what looks like.
Is it a one?
You're
halfling.
halfling.
Oh,
Yeah, you're halfling.
Unless you roll another one, you're fine.
oh, natural 20.
Let's go!
halfling luck.
Oh, halfling is the best.
It is.
Nothing happens to you.
God, I'm so glad I passed. God. I thought I was gonna go unconscious again.
And you walk over towards this woman. She looks up at you and she just waves at you.
Hello?
Hello.
All right.
What's a pretty little thing like you doing in here?
I don't know.
This has got to be some kind of trap. You're telling me that this pretty fey lady is surrounded by all of this silvery golden mist, and we're just supposed to believe that this is like some peaceful place of respite, of sanctuary? Not in this frickin' dungeon. No frickin' way.
Okay, what are you doing in here?
I don't know. How are you? Are you having a difficult time in here?
Going hard.
Yes.
Hard dungeon.
Are
Oh,
you?
that's interesting. I don't know. No,
How'd you get in here?
I cannot say.
Why?
That is unknown to me.
Okay.
They gave this NPC like the Oblivion treatment. Like they only had so many voice actors and they only recorded so many voice lines, and that's what we're stuck with. Possibly.
Guys!
Yeah.
You okay, Donnie?
Yeah, there's a weird feller over here.
The feller.
Hi. How are you doing?
Me?
Yes.
Can't complain.
Are
Had
you having a
worse
hard
days.
time in the tomb?
I mean, yeah, one of my friends died.
Oh,
Do you need help?
I don't know.
Do you have a name?
I don't know.
Do you know anything?
I cannot say.
This is concerning. The siren in here might have some kind of issue. I think she may be cursed.
You know, Siren's cool. Siren is pretty. She's kind of dumb. She answers all my questions with other questions. She might have been a theater kid. I don't know. Can you move?
Yes.
Will you?
Like,
move?
can you right now? Move
Are you
for
asking
me?
to move
Yes.
towards you?
Yes.
Like you want me to come with you?
Sure, if you want to.
You can see within her grotto, there are 2 sacks, a large one and a small one, lying on the floor next to her.
Oh.
You still ask her to come out towards you.
Yes.
Okay, when she walks out, the sacks disappear.
Oh, what were those sacks?
I cannot say.
Wait, go back.
They just disappear?
They disappear.
Where'd they go?
What?
Your sacks.
I don't know.
Okay, you're not very helpful.
The sacks do, in fact, contain treasure. One of them's a bag of holding that contains a bunch of gold and potentially some random items. But if they take one of the sacks with them, then the other sack disappears, and so does Siren. So I think they went with the better option here. Especially because the range of what you can get out of one of these sacks is a bunch of wool or a ring of feather falling. So, yeah.
Can I roll like a little arcana or a little
Yeah.
medicine on her?
Yes.
How are you enjoying the tomb?
I cannot say.
Natural 20 for a 31.
Oh,
serious?
that's good.
I'm just going to read this to you.
Okay.
Okay.
As a private joke, Aseric placed her in this cavern under an enchantment.
As a private
That's a
joke.
private joke.
Yeah.
Like
From
she
Self.
Seems to be under like she's a siren. She's a fae being.
Oh.
She just kind of exists. Gross. But you notice that if somebody asks her to come with them, she'll become like a lifelong friend and follow you for like forever. She has
Oh my
like
God, you got a
magical
girlfriend
abilities.
on
She
it.
can like cast spells, but she has to be asked to do all of them. She also has a short sword. She can't think about anything
Is that due to like a spell?
unless she is freed, which she has been. So now she's like, oh, you've looked into my mind. Oh, I realized I was under some sort of strange spell.
Oh, it was because
I
she was
still,
in
but
the
however,
grotto.
she still knows nothing about the tomb. She says, I don't know what just happened. Oh, hello. I'm indebted to you. You saved me.
He'll click. Yippee!
I still.
It worked out. Now we have Siren. She knows nothing about herself or the dungeon, which is kind of useless, but Donatello seems happy.
Good for Donnie. I'm happy for him. I'm glad somebody gets something out of this dungeon.
All right, well, let's go back to the
secret
northern door, and we're going to go to
northern
that
door?
secret passageway.
The tunnel from the south emerges. You guys go down the
Yeah,
spiral staircase,
yeah.
down into the tunnel, go all the way down. It's very small. You have to go one by one. You emerge out the other side, and you see this adamantine door that has the 3 slots in it.
Okay.
Cool.
Chucky wants to take out the key he fabricated
Okay.
and is gonna try to match it with one of the slots here.
It does not fit in.
Oh,
the
you're
slots.
kidding. I was bamboozled. When I saw that huge adamantine door with the 3 slots, I was like, okay, this is like classic dungeoneering, right? I found this gold key and there's 3 slots. Well, if there's 3 slots on a door, there gotta be keys, right? So I was like, I'm finally gonna get to use this gold key. We gotta find like a silver and a bronze one or something of different metals, or maybe there's 3 gold keys. Is this like, are these like the token slots from the previous room?
Roll an intelligence check.
Intelligence? Just straight intelligence? 19.
A sword.
Oh.
It's the
Okay,
shape.
I'm sticking my Vorpal sword in there.
Shink.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Chucky, roll an intelligence check.
Wow, 20.
You know, you've been through a lot of traps lately. You think that back to the levers that you had to pull and the different ways that they had to go in.
Oh.
Maybe if they're all
say
put in
that.
at the same time.
But no, I guess it was 3 swords that were the keys, which, you know, is kind of novel, but I was a little disappointed. I really want to use this dang key.
1, 2, 3.
Shink, the 1 foot thick door swings open into this next room. Get in over here.
Utterly forgotten.
What the
Vision's terrible in this
fuck?
room.
In the
This room's crazy.
what is the
We have arrived to the pillared throne room. This chamber is colored in pastels. A forest of massive, many-hued columns support the ceiling. There's a gentle breeze in the room. In the northwest and northeast corners, about 20 feet above the floor, are more devil faces. One of them is a green devil's face, while the other is tinged with a bluish color over the green. Strewn near the southeast corner is a heap of charred bones and skulls. There's an ebony dais and a silver throne, on which is a crown and a scepter. There are also 3 doors in the back of the room, each one of which glows a different color when a character walks near it. The east and west ones glow indigo, while the middle one glows violet. And then finally, the adamantine door shuts behind them, trapping them in this room. Let's see where our dungeon delvers head first.
There's something bad in here, you guys. There's no way there's gonna be some kind of blade trap on the ground, or maybe like walls of fire are gonna come through, and there's those weird doors on the end that definitely don't lead to any sort of bad dimensions that'll tear us apart like cotton candy.
This room's bad. I don't know what's going on in here. It's not a steamroller.
Those devil mouths are so... They're like calling my name. They're whispering, Donatello. I don't know. I feel like it has some weird connection with my sister or something. Rosie. I just want to crawl in that little hole.
The devil faces in the back are, I think, a problem. I think we're in a similar situation where Sarah would want us to think that. So I think... What I really think is it's going to be a death trap. It's going to utterly kill someone and erase them forever. But we're going to talk ourselves into a circle, and someone's going to climb back in, and they're going to be gone too. And then we'll be like, I wish we would have just learned our lesson. But we got to test things. We got to look.
Strewn near the southeast corner is a heap of charred bones and skulls, along with the crisped and blackened remains of clothing, gear, arms, and armor.
Anything specific?
Do you want to get closer?
Yeah.
You find a huge glowing orange gem at the center of the destruction.
Ooh. Hey, there's an orange gem over here.
I wish we had tongs.
We have a mage hand.
We
do have
do.
a mage hand.
Wait,
Back
but
up
you guys
there.
remember Aladdin? They take
Oh my
it
god,
and
yeah,
the
I love
whole
that
thing.
movie.
And then everything changes.
Is this the diamond in the
Yes.
rough? Oh my god.
Spencer, Guy notices that the gem gives off a strong aura of conjuration. So strong that the detecting character gets the vague feeling that the wish spell is involved in the gem's magic.
Oh,
Lord, that's
Whoa.
probably not
yeah.
good.
Maybe I'm afraid of that.
Yeah, maybe
You're
just leave
afraid
it.
of it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because wish is very powerful.
But maybe we could wish Rosie back to life.
But it also could like wish us to death.
Yeah, like maybe someone wished whoever touches this dies.
That gym's bad news. But I want it so bad. It looks like it scorches legions. I don't care. I'll put it in my pocket.
That gem probably kills you.
I don't want to touch it. I don't want to go near it. I don't even want to look at it.
I don't want the gem. I'm scared of it. Someone very powerful cast wish on that. And I can cast wish personally, but I know it's kind of a big deal. All right, I'll send Man over there and he'll cast Identify on the gem.
You realize that you can cast the spell Wish through it.
Go ahead.
This gem is actually a cursed magic item.
Oh.
If any character touches it and attempts to cast a wish spell using it, a reversed or distorted version of the wish's fulfillment will bring harm to that character and all named in the wish. Then, immediately after the evil wish spell has transpired, the gem begins to pulse with reddish lights, growing progressively stronger, brighter, and hotter. You roll initiative. On initiative count 1, the stone explodes, absolutely killing any character within 15 feet of it in a wave of searing radiation and flames.
So it's evil.
Give it to someone as a prank.
We would be tempted.
That's an insane prank.
What if we do
Personality
Chuck will
trait.
approach it with his handkerchief and just like scoop it up and put it in his
put it in
like tie it up in the
seal it
hanky
with wax?
and put it in his bag. What about this throne up here?
Yeah, that throne. Contrasting with the
chair.
pastel colors of the floor and pillars of the hall is the stark blackness of the huge dais in the south wall. Upon the throne
Whoa.
rests a crown made of gold and a scepter made of electrum.
Oh my god, finally.
With a
some
gold
freaking
knob
treasure.
on one end and a silver cap on the other. Yeah, when you guys get closer,
Nothing wrong could possibly happen.
each of these items is obviously valuable. 25,000 gold
Obviously.
pieces for the crown and 12,500 gold pieces for the scepter.
Oh,
Whoa.
25,000 gold for the crown. And what, 12,000 something for the scepter? Honestly, we could leave right now. Like, I think that's it, but what if there's more?
This stone's crazy. I want to see if I can convince Jack to take like a bunch of crowbars and take all the worth out of it. I want to rip it. I want to strip it all. Find the copper and the traps and take him, scrap it all.
I think the throne has more going on to it, but I'm not sure exactly what yet. So I'm ready to investigate it.
Buckler's taking
I do
both
all
of
of
it.
it.
You take both? All right.
Yeah.
You have the crown and the
Stick
scepter.
it
I
in,
just wanna
stick it in
sit
our
in
bag
this.
or
Yep.
sack.
You sit in the
gotta-
seat.
Yeah.
While you're sitting, the throne,
Spear goes.
you notice. Oh my god! You discover a small replica of the crown inlaid in silver on the lower front panel of the seat.
Oh. Like,
The crown and both ends of the scepter are magical if detected.
yeah.
In addition, the crown and the gold knob of the scepter radiate an aura of abjuration magic.
Okay.
The silver end of the scepter has an aura of necromancy.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
That's kind of sick.
Sorry, which direction on the chair is the little crown
It's on the
facing?
front. It's like, if
Is
you
it
would
like-
sit, it would be like under your legs. All the doors glow blue when you get closer towards them, and then the middle one glows purple. Do you guys pull them all open at the same time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
as
want
well.
to do the buckler trick where I'm on the other side of the door.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah,
I would like to
same.
open
Yeah.
it into us.
I'm gonna get sucked into some kind of black hole dimension where, for some reason, I'm gonna end up naked. You can end up naked a lot in this dungeon. It's a little weird.
They all open. God damn, I gotta stop doing that.
Drop in and just smack the lip. Whoop-ah! Drop down, snap. Ah! And then after that,
The
Yeah.
western room. Inside, there's nothing but dust. The eastern room.
Just dust it naked.
You see a lone stone table, upon which rests a wooden sarcophagus. Various broken and looted urns and coffers are scattered about.
Okay.
The middle door. When you open it, you see a bare chamber with a small door on the north wall, and a pair of swords crossed behind shields hung upon the walls.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, hey.
There are 3 such sets on each of the walls to either hand, and 2 sets on the north wall, one flanking each side of the door.
Yeah, it's just dust.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing to see that there was really nothing in these doors besides some corpses, dust, and a mummy.
This is going really well. I honestly thought multiple lasers are going to come out and kill us all. Something's going on, and I think we're just kind of skirting it.
I'm always happy when I open a door and there is another door behind it. That means that there's more places to go. Hope those swords are going to be useful. Yeah, I'll walk into the room.
When you take a step into the room, all of the swords and they all fly off the wall and attack
Called
you.
it. They're gonna animate. It's gonna happen, and then it did. And I felt really smart.
The swords want to kill me? Sick. Just like everything else in this dungeon. We got this.
And then I ran a really laggy combat because my laptop did not like Roll20. But we got through it and they killed all the swords.
Yeah.
You guys are out of combat. You have destroyed all of the animate swords and
Yay.
shields. Congratulations. All right, there's a door in the back of the
There
room.
is. I'm going to piss it.
It's a door.
Uh-oh.
No, there's corpses in here.
So this room is a little bit backwards. My players kind of bumbled around not really knowing what to do with this entire room, so I'm just going to explain to you what happened. Basically, there's a room. In this room is a bunch of corpses, treasure, gold, and a fountain with a bunch of drinking water. There's also a message on the wall where a Sarek basically says, haha, you're stuck and you're gonna die, lol. However, the whole point of this room is that you get teleported into it by going into one of the devil mouths on the wall. Then, when you try to leave by going through the door in the room, you get attacked by a bunch of swords. Theoretically, if you're just one character, and maybe you're not 20th level, you get absolutely destroyed by the swords, or that's what happened to all these adventurers. But in the more likely scenario where the players avoid the devil faces and instead go through the door first, this is just confusing. So they drink the water and nothing happens, and they kind of look around the loot and nothing really happens, and they take some stuff and then they leave. They're kind of trying to figure out what to do next. They've been really relying on those rats, and especially Man the Lizard, to investigate areas of the tomb. So Pepper gets the idea to cast Conjure Animals once again.
Conjure animals. 8 riding horses? There are a bunch of other options. 8 baboons would be crazy. You know,
God, they just beat the
look, but if we do that, they have thumbs.
Yeah.
Oh, true. They
Can
can
you-
manipulate things.
Okay, I'll
Can
be
you
like,
imagine?
I can't
Oh
imagine.
my god,
I'll-
you'd be
I'll
like
try.
the king of the apes.
Looking at the spell explains the spell. So I looked at the options, which there are many absurd, ridiculous options.
I don't know why we weren't using monkeys from the start.
I don't know that I liked the monkeys. They were a little too mischievous.
The rats, they're cute and they're small and they can get into places. But I mean, like the baboons, they have opposable thumbs. They're more intelligent than a rat, I think.
All right, 8 baboons appear in the room. Like,
Kind of scary.
Like-
looking. Do they have the big like fangs?
Sure.
You
It's like after
take this
the,
crown and go sit on that throne.
After the hobbits lose Gandalf.
Put the crown on after you sit.
Puts the crown on.
Nothing.
My God, King of the Planet of the Apes.
You can't leave
Great
this,
job.
Donatello.
You're king now. You're a monkey
Take
king.
it.
What do we?
And all the other monkeys like get in a little thing and make a chair for him, and he sits back in it.
Oh, I love that. This is going really well. I honestly thought multiple lasers were going to come out and kill us all. Something's going on, and I think we're just kind of skirting it.
I'm gonna lean on this pillar while no one's looking, so that I can figure out what these do, because no one is talking about them and everyone is avoiding them, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. So,
The King of the Monkeys.
Okay.
Donatello
Return.
leans against a pillar.
In the background, Donatello is like slowly lifting, and you lift all the way up to the ceiling like a helium balloon.
There's a room
Guys,
like
you
this.
flight to the top
Guys.
of the ceiling.
This could be really bad.
And you like boom, bounce,
Okay.
and then the gentle breeze begins to push you towards the devil heads in the back of the room.
Guys! Send your ball! Give me your rod!
Give the rod. Give the rod.
Oh, she's gonna die.
Help! Help! Get me down! Get me down!
We're like, I'm coming. I'll
here.
run over with my
Okay.
climbing pole and try and like line it up so that I like.
You weigh as much as like a helium balloon. You grab her,
Bring her back
Come on,
down.
come on down, come on
Bring her
down.
back down.
you pull yourself down.
All right.
But you are still levitating. Like you're
What
just
if I
like in
touch
z-
another one?
You touch another one, nothing happens.
Oh, fuck.
Siren,
I thought I
come get
could
your
reverse
minions.
it.
Can I cast a spell magic?
You fall on the ground.
You owe me your life now.
What?
You're forever indebted.
Dispel magic solves most problems. What an amazing spell. After all that, the party decides to send the monkeys into the devil mouths.
Listen up, men and woman.
Game plan.
I need one of you to go in there and return, and one of you to go and return.
As far as you can go.
Yeah. Okay, you go to the green one. Pull another straw. And you're going to this blue one. I want both of you to go into that demon mouth and return. Well, hang
Climb
on.
up the wall,
That's
and they go over
wild.
towards the hole, and they hop in. The one that goes to the green one, it climbs up, and before it gets about 3 feet away from it, when its whole body teleports. It is not atomized, dusted,
No.
nothing. It's like it was there, and then it's not.
Oh, well, I guess I'm expecting too much from the dungeon.
Then the one that goes to the blue one climbs up, gets in, and does go inside of it. You hear, and he comes out through the front room in the lilac door. And he,
Oh, he survived. I did not think it was going to happen.
Oh, so it leads up and back into this room.
Okay.
Okay.
The other one did not come back, though.
I'm terrified that both of those monkeys are gonna die and we really are truly trapped in here. But then one of them just kind of came back the way from whence we came, and I'm like, well, there goes that exit. Then the other one gets out, disappears. Really hope it's not dead. That's our only way out.
You could sing Guy
I could send guy.
or Man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
send man,
You're a
send
guy.
man.
That's all right. All right, man.
man climbs up the little wall, gets within about 3 feet of the mouth, and then just teleports.
Okay.
He is now
With the baboon.
The baboon is upset.
falls on the ground. Lands on the ground. He's next to the baboon. They're in the entrance hallway. You can see the sunlight.
Oh my
And
God.
They're right in
entrance.
front of the first one that Rosie climbed into.
Oh my god.
The baboon just like
Oh,
looks
no.
down at the lizard.
You can't climb back through. You'll die.
Run, man!
baboon's
Run!
That monkey is gonna go in that portal and it's gonna die, and I can't stop him.
He's trapped, but he's also the safest monkey of the bunch.
He's like scratching his little monkey head.
Oh, because he was
Oh,
ordered
no.
to return.
He shrugs and he goes into the mouth.
The lizard's
The lizard's like, no.
And he's completely atomized.
Oh, I guess it wasn't that safe.
Bad news. Your baboon is dead.
Oh, all the baboons are like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so sorry,
Good
Chums.
news.
Sorry.
Nothing you need. They need
Moment
time-
of
time
silence.
Good
progress,
news.
yeah.
That one does take you to the entrance.
Oh, good.
I say we go through that egg.
That's
Get
a
out of
great
this.
idea.
Just
fucking
leave.
place.
We did get what we came for.
I mean, it's a surefire way out of here.
Okay, let's do that.
I can set up my climbing pole.
Yep, let's all do that, and we'll come through.
Okay, so you use your climbing pole,
Yeah.
and who goes first?
Monkeys.
Monkeys,
All of them.
100%.
Okay. The monkey with the crown as well.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no is right. Oh, I'm gonna do everything in my power to try to tell them not to do this. Because if this happens, there will be no way to progress. All the monkeys go through, but the last one kind of waits at the end and then looks up at you, and he kind of points at the crown.
Yeah, you can keep it.
How do I, as a monkey, explain the crown? You should take the crown, not me. Don't do that. I don't know. I'm just trying to hint at it slightly. Not like the monkey knows. The only thing the monkey knows is that if he touches the golden end of the crown, then he can take the crown off. So maybe that'll be enough of a hint. Still think that, maybe?
I don't know. I can't speak monkey.
What do you?
He points at... Do you have the scepter?
Yeah.
He points at it.
He's been enlightened.
What do you do with it?
I hand it to him.
He takes the gold end of it, hits it against the crown, and then he's able to take it off. And he hands the scepter back to you.
Oh,
Thank you. I think he's trying to tell me something. I don't really know what it is.
Oh!
I guess hand it to me.
Okay. Buckler has the crown. Everything's fine.
put it on.
Go on. Go up there. I don't understand.
Just happened.
He just knew he couldn't leave with it, I guess.
Oh.
Put it on and crawl inside.
Don't let Buckler leave, Jack!
I will attempt to go up the ladder.
Don't let Buckler leave, Jack! You go up the ladder.
The item is on me, but not like
It is on you.
wielded.
No! You climb up the ladder and you go to the Green Devil Hill. You teleport, and you are now at the beginning of the dungeon. You have nothing on you.
The monkeys. Are they here?
Unfortunately, you cannot progress.
Oh. Well, that is horrific.
The-
Wait. We broke the game?
The game is broken.
We...
The crown and the scepter are what you need to get behind the throne. They are now teleported into the Demi-Lich's lair. There is no way to progress.
We broke the game!
We broke it!
Locked it.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
god.
soft locked it.
The whole dungeon.
And now you're naked.
Now I get to ride
Damn.
off into the
Your
sunset.
belt.
Your belt's
Oh
gone.
no!
No!
Everything's gone.
Well, we gotta go home. They made pretty good time.
In all my years, I never thought that I would end up in a position where we just cannot progress. Like, that just seems antithetical to the entire philosophy of this game, but I guess things were just different back in the 70s. I don't know.
You know it's good fun. It's the thinking man's dungeon.
Yeah. I've been thinking that it's a piece of shit, but
If the silver end of the scepter is applied to the small replica of the crown on the chair, a door opens behind.
I knew there was something to do with that tiny crown.
You know, I thought it was something to do with the throne. But I thought it was something to putting the crown on your head. Didn't think about the scepter.
in retrospect, I feel like that was a little obvious. Like, there's a crown there. If we touch the crown with the thing, it does something. Surely if we touch a crown somewhere else, it's going to do something else. I'll give you that one, Gary. I should have thought about that one.
I'm not satisfied with this. I know this is how it should have gone, but I vowed to get to the bottom of this dungeon. I want to complete it. This group was so close, and because of one mistake, now they can't complete the entire dungeon. Plus, we had like an hour left of filming, so we went back in time. We loaded the last save and continued through the dungeon with the new knowledge about how to progress. We go back in time.
No, this is fun. Let's like load the save.
You go back in time. The monkey takes it and then doesn't understand colors, but he knows the gold knob will do it, and he goes like this, and he turns into ash.
Oh my god, the monkey!
Crap.
And then it falls onto the ground, and then you just get this strange idea that maybe you can use this on the throne.
Guys, I have a feeling. Just hit me.
Anthony?
Actually,
What do you got?
what if...
We're gonna...
Hear me out, guys.
Oh God.
What if we go touch the crown with the scepter?
Go ahead.
They did it! The door opens! Yay! Next room, get me out of here. Who
other
goes to
than-
the door?
Me!
Yeah.
The narrow passage behind the throne leads to a 10-foot wide landing and a series of steps which become wider to the south as they ascend. The walls of the area ahead are untarnished and gleaming copper panels set between rare woods inlaid with ivory. The ceiling is silver, formed as to reflect and amplify light brought into the place. The chamber widens to the south, where a set of gently sloping steps lead upwards. The 6 steps from nearest to farthest are made of onyx, pink marble, lapis, black marble, yellow serpentine, and malachite.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
I really hope that one of these stairs isn't like, haha, this is the trick stair that turns you into a skunk and then turns you inside out and makes you fart. I don't know.
Is that a key?
Maybe.
A key?
You gonna walk in there, Chucky?
Yeah.
Chucky, a key.
But I'm going to piss first.
On the black marble step, there is a key. A cylindrical key of bronze.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god, my theory.
You thunk it.
I thunk it.
You thought.
And then at the head of the steps are parafuge doors.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
What?
Unbeknownst to the party, there is a funny little trick played on that key. The spell Antipathy and Sympathy has been cast on it, which means that any humanoids that can see it have to roll a wisdom save or they become frightened of the key. Can somebody please email me a dissertation as to why this is necessary or why this is a part of the game? Is it just to potentially not have the key by the end of the game? Why?
Guys,
okay,
this
it's
key
okay,
is
it's
kind of
okay, it's
creeping me
okay.
out, but but I
What's wrong with it?
there's I don't know. I'm just looking at it and I feel like this instinctual fear. It hasn't paralyzed me or anything, but
Let me see.
You're gonna make your way in and look at it?
I fail.
You fail automatically? You are frightened of that key. You want nowhere near that key.
Oh. Chucky, you have to take that key and put it somewhere else.
what do you mean?
Somewhere that I can't ever see it again.
What's wrong, Buckler?
Just hide it in
Buckler,
your,
why are you hiding your face?
Oh.
hide
you
it
need to go-
in,
do you need-
in a pocket that I
do you-
can never know which pocket's in.
I'll go
just
get
take
it.
it. Yeah,
I'll
just
go get it.
take it and put it
But first, I
somewhere.
gotta piss on the stairs.
By all means,
looks like
don't let
stairs.
me rush you.
Okay, cool.
Don't ever let
I'll
another person
go up
rush your
to-
pissing.
Which one's which? Black marble is the middle.
Yep. All right,
Yeah,
Chucky,
you're-
you go up to the doors.
No,
Touch me.
no,
It's
like a
Donatello
goblin
does.
kills
Oh,
his
Donatello,
friend.
you go up
Wait,
to the
you want
doors.
to go up together?
Yeah, we can go up
Go
together.
one step at a time.
Oh my god.
Roll a wisdom save.
Put that damn key away.
Yeah. Also, you roll a wisdom
Oh,
save.
you mean this
Oh,
key
'cause
right
See that
here?
one?
I'd say I'm holding it up for
Siren's
everyone
like, I see it, and it doesn't have to roll.
16?
You fail, actually, Donatello. What'd you get?
26.
You're good. Nothing. That you want nowhere near that thing. It's nasty.
Okay.
No, it's terrible.
You're
Oh my god, he's shitting.
God,
He's shitting. Ew.
guys, it really scares me.
I find kinship with you, but now I don't want to be near you.
I felt kinship.
Yeah.
I don't know what has come over Buckler and Donatello. Like, guys, we've come this far. We've gone through so much together. And you're just gonna, like, chicken out about a key now? Come on, guys, let's get our priorities straight. It's still me, it's still Chucky. I've just got this cool little key now. We're so close.
That key is frightening. That key is horrifying and awful, and I want to throw up and die looking at it.
No, that
At
was
about
funny.
waist height, there is a cup-like depression. It is a
cup-like?
hemispherical concavity with a central hole.
Oh, can I pop the thing in there?
You take 9 lightning damage.
Do we have anything else?
What about your key?
The staff thingy.
The scepter?
Scepter, that's
Here,
what it's called.
give it to Chucky.
I'm gonna
Scepter's
stick the gold side in.
The mithril doors swing silently open.
There we go.
Yippee!
Yeah! Donatello for the win.
Donatello,
Let's
let's
go.
freaking go.
Nice job,
After
guy.
you, Donatello.
Let's do it.
Scepter wins again. Dang, I wish we had this thing like right at the start. Would have been cool to see how it interacts with like other pieces in the dungeon. Kind of like picking up a new item in Legend of Zelda that makes like half the rest of the dungeon accessible.
Whoa!
Is everybody going?
Yeah.
This imposing chamber has a silvered ceiling, just as the foyer does. So it is brightly illuminated by reflected light.
That's cool.
The walls are of ivory with gold inlaid. The floor is polished agate. In each corner stands a statue of black iron, easily 9 feet tall.
Whoa.
That to the northeast stands with a saw-toothed two-handed sword raised to strike. That to the northwest, a
No.
huge spike-ended mace. To the southeast, the sculpture holds a wickedly spiked morning star, and the one in the southwest has a vulg.
A what?
I don't know what that means.
We all point and laugh at him.
He's like, "Vulg!"
Guys, stop! It's my wool. My dad
It's a type of polearm.
Oh,
Near the center of the room is a large bronze urn, filigreed in gold. A thin stream of smoke issues from a tiny vent in its brass stopper. On the southern wall stands a granite sarcophagus that appears to be damaged. Flanking the sarcophagus are 2 large iron chests.
this seems good.
A treasure room? Well, at least we're gonna get something and then we'll starve to death.
Treasure! We finally found it.
This feels like it should be bigger. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
When you walk into the room, your detect magic is gone.
Oh.
Is man gone?
Am I weak again?
Oh, no, yeah, you deflate.
Oh,
Man also is gone.
So all of our magic is gone?
Yes, this room has anti-magic properties.
whoa.
Damn.
So
None of my magic works in here. I'm a little afraid.
Yeah, this urn is pretty interesting.
cool.
What's it stoppered with?
it's a bronze stopper. You can use an action to pry loose the stopper if you'd like.
Oh.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of smoke comes out of it.
I'm just a curious little lad. Some people might say it's a flaw of mine and might not like it, but it got us pretty far.
There is this being with red skin, a sword, and horns that appears before
That's
you.
cool.
He looks down and he says, "Ah, my urn. It remains unbattered, unknocked about, unshaken. It is upright and has not been roughly handled. Thank you. I will grant you 3 wishes." Yep, that's what the book says.
Are these good wishes?
Yes, they are wishes. It is the reward for freeing me.
Oh.
And also not battering, knocking about, shaking, overturning, or otherwise roughly handling my urn.
Do I have to make them right now?
Yes,
Oh.
I would like to leave.
Oh, so he can't.
Can I give one wish to Chucky?
All
here?
of you, whoever would like one.
Oh, sick.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Wow. This has been really cool. I'm a huge fan of gins.
But the genie's magic works? What's that about?
There's a chance this Afridi could maybe try and turn his wishes into, turn our wishes into his amusement. So we got to be really careful the way we choose our words here.
Can I be like, I wish this and this in my wish?
That's 2 wishes.
That's
But they,
that would be 2
but
wishes.
but they have to do with the same thing.
You trying to ask me a hypothetical?
Yeah,
What's your hypothetical?
my whole family is alive, and I know all of the knowledge of their.
Yeah, it's 2
no,
wishes.
no,
universe?
no, of,
Yeah, that's 2
of their
wishes.
history.
You gotta pick one.
Ah, fuck. Okay, I wish my whole family was alive.
Oh, okay. Wish granted. Rosie appears in the room.
Oh my god!
She's like,
Oh my god!
Like they do, it's like easy, and he goes like, "Oh my God, there's 60 of you."
holy shit, you didn't specify. She's at the beginning of the tomb.
I wish my sister that was eaten by a dragon is alive and well and happy.
Wish granted.
Thank you.
I wish that you would take us to a Sarax. I wish you would take the 5 of us to a Sarax main treasure hoard within the tomb.
How specifically do you want me to take you?
If Chucky would have just asked for like infinite money and then to get us out there safely, we wouldn't have had to go through like any of this. So
I wanted my wish to be related to finishing this dungeon. We've come so far, gone through so many traps and threats and confusing puzzles and secret doors. I didn't want to just wish for a bunch of money and then go on my merry way. We came here to finish the Tomb of Horrors, and gosh dang it, we're gonna finish the Tomb of Horrors. Yeah, why don't you walk us to his treasure hoard?
All right. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways they could have gone about this, but, well, this is the most straightforward. So, their wish is the Afridi's command. They're going to head straight for a Sarax crypt.
I'm just
Damn.
imagining him taking us, and it's like when a waiter takes you through a restaurant and they're going way too fast.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, oh my God.
This way, this way, this way.
And then when you get to
this
the
way.
end, they're not very descriptive about where you should sit. They're like, sit there. And you're like,
There's
there's
several
7 tables.
Yeah,
Where?
which one?
Right over here. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, which one? Point.
Do I pick?
He points to the back of the room. Beyond the door is a smallish rectangular chamber with a ceiling that extends 25 feet overhead. There is a small depression a few inches deep and about 2 feet square in the center of the floor. He says if you put the second key in there, you will find a Sarax crypt. The floor will try to crush you, so be
second
careful.
key.
The round one. It's
Oh.
called the second key.
Oh, great. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep,
But the sin would try and crush us.
he disappears.
I just want to leave here safely with Siren, my one true love. It's all I wish for.
You know, that Afridi, kind of a real one. I thought for sure that he was maybe just going to be like, oh, this is how you do it. And then he would lead us into a trap and then laugh over our corpses. But he actually led us there. And hey, that just goes to show you find a smoking urn, don't knock it about. Let's
Should we huddle around you?
Sure, I guess.
Okay,
We
well,
all
Do
go
I have my
together.
magic back?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh.
Once you're out of that treasure room, you can have your magic back.
3, 2, 1.
As you finish turning the key, The floor begins to tremble, and then abruptly it starts to rise towards the ceiling. Everybody roll initiative. Okay, what'd you guys roll?
I rolled a 20, not natural.
20, okay.
Natural 20 for 22.
20 for 22.
19.
19.
17.
Siren got a 5. On initiative, the floor is going towards the ceiling. Guy, what are you doing?
Well, I'll just move forward then, right?
Okay, so the floor hits the ceiling on initiative count 10. Everybody got above a 10, meaning they can just move off of it, except for Siren. Yikes. Who do you
Yeah,
take?
can I take Siren?
All right, cool. Then all of you get off, because at initiative count 10, the ceiling...
She would have been killed.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Siren was going to get smushed.
I'm glad that I grabbed Siren. She would have been squished. Smushed, even.
Those tears of joy that she's alive?
No, I was thinking about if she had died.
Oh. The rising of the floor in the
Adam
southern part of the
smooshed her.
room reveals a mithril vault. There is a door in the center of the device with a ring set into it.
This is nuts. Tomb of the Nine Gods? We're talking Atropol. Huge lava room. It's rising. Adamantine struts. This is going to be a crazy fight.
A hard pull will open the door.
Oh.
A low dust-covered bench is near the back of the wall. On and around it are an abundance of items. Resting on one end of it is a human skull.
It's a closet. It's a treasure closet. There's cool stuff, but I guess the new one did kind of fix that, I guess. We did it.
This is it.
We've delved this dungeon. Plumbed its depths.
97 small gems worth 10 gold pieces each. You see 3 huge gems, a 10,000 gold piece peridot,
Oh my
50,000 gold piece emerald, a 100,000 gold piece black opal. You
Whoa.
see 4 magic weapons, a defender, a sword of vengeance, a berserker axe, a spear of backbiting. There's 12 potions, 6 spell scrolls, magic ring and magic rod, a magic staff, and 3 wondrous items.
I'm going to take this loot. And I'm going to go back home to my wife and be like, look at all this loot that I found. Our kids, they're going to have such great lives.
Sheesh.
Okay, can we carry all that? We
Well, we should. We should
what we
well,
can.
hold on.
As soon as you
hold
reach
on.
down and touch one of the gold coins,
We gotta pass.
That's what we get.
That was a greedy little
dust
motherfucker.
swirls into the air and forms a man-like shape. Everybody roll initiative.
I mean, like, shame. Hang on. I was too quick to judge. Cool things are coming. We just gotta wait. Comes
Okay,
again.
top of the
First item.
round, Buckler.
What am I looking at?
It is dust that is swirled into the air and is forming a man-like shape in front of you.
Was not done doing that?
You're not sure. It's just like the form of a man.
Okay, I will grab the defender, prepare to do something with it.
Okay, Chucky.
Press the button on the rod, make the flame tongue. He'll swipe out at the dust.
It like goes through it and it like reforms again. Donatello,
I'll try and hit it with my four-pole longsword.
you lash out and you don't even have to roll. You do the same thing, and it reforms.
He's not done cooking yet.
We just gotta keep waiting.
You know, the being of dust appeared, and then I kind of got allergies. So I was like, can you not swirl around me?
It looks like now there's parts of it that are forming. There's more dust around it.
I'm hoping the more that I whack him, the more that I hit him, parts of him will form, and then he'll become solid, and then we can drop that crown on his head.
So what the going on here? Emma is actually correct. Hitting him more and more and more will cause more of the dust being to form. Every time he's hit with an attack, it gains 1 point of energy. Cantrips are also 1 point of energy. Spells are also a point of energy equal to the level of spell cast on it. It hangs out for about 3 rounds and then disappears. This is not a Sarek. This is just a ghost. If the being reaches 50 energy, then it turns into a ghost that is controlled by a Sarek, and he tries to possess the characters or kill them or whatever. That's it. Cantrip twice, and then they would be 3 times. And then you would do 4 and then 8, and then 16. So that would be 19.
I attacked
you
him
attacked him
once.
once for 20. And then at the end of the 3 rounds, the form dissipates.
No.
It was a little lame, kind of anticlimactic.
Oh, well, maybe we messed something up.
Of course it wouldn't do anything. Of course!
Man, what the is up with this? Like, that there's so many cool things that could happen in this dungeon, but then it just feels like I'm like cock blocked from the payoff of like having that setup land into like a cool cinematic moment. It's just kind of amazing to me how different people's priorities were with this game back in the day, and I'm kind of glad that things have changed a little bit. That's it.
All right, then I guess.
That's a Sarax
We'll put
last
all
gambit?
the plan.
Yeah.
We'll put all the things away.
Get all
All right, well,
treasure
let's
and-
gather up the loot.
Okay, does anybody touch the skull?
No, I was purposefully avoiding
Yeah,
it.
yeah, the skull's
I don't-
creepy.
Does
Yeah,
it look like it's
horror.
worth money?
Huh?
Does it look like it's worth
Looks
money?
like it
Oh
is.
my god, yeah. There are 2 jewels set in the skull's eye sockets, each worth 50,000 gold pieces. 6 pointed marquee cut diamonds set into
Whoa.
its teeth as its jaw.
Wow.
Each diamond is worth 5,000 gold pieces.
I could put the crown on the skull if I want to.
You put the crown on the skull? What is about to happen right now? And then you watch as the skull begins to rise into the air, and it slowly scans each of you before its mouth opens up as the Demi-Lich attacks all of you.
Hang on, we're doing it. We're having a huge fight in this tiny broom closet with a Demi-Lich. It's gonna be cool.
Finally time. The epic confrontation with the Sararak has arrived. Let's turn this guy to dust. Hopefully, literally.
Okay, so my players have been discussing this sort of in between me getting things ready for this encounter, but basically their plan is to put the crown on Asarek's head and then touch the scepter to it in hopes that it turns him to dust like it did the monkey. Wow. Buckler, what are you doing?
I'm gonna give you a boost.
At the end of your turn, he gets a lair action. Okay, Asarek rolled a really bad initiative. He's going last. The crown is already on his head because that's how they woke him up. He also can't remove the crown because it's stuck to his head, and the only way to get it unstuck is the scepter. The only thing he has is lair actions and legendary actions. Let's hope they'll give him some time so he can be a formidable foe. The tomb trembles violently for a moment.
my
Each creature
goodness.
on the floor of the tomb must succeed a dexterity saving throw to be knocked prone.
21.
You succeed.
I fall prone.
You fall prone.
Oh,
Got a natural one.
You succeed. You fall prone.
No, that's
Siren
alright.
is just hiding. Okay, that one didn't work. Still got one more chance. Chucky, it's your turn.
Will seize the gambit they're going for. He's going to try and distract the Demi-Lich. He's got the flame tongue out, and he's got his friends around him, so he's just going to go in for a big attack.
All right.
I'm sorry. Just be clear, if can I give the help action instead?
Yes, you can. So you have
Donatello.
advantage on
How
the
could I
next thing you
forget?
do, yeah.
29 to hit,
A 29 hits.
9 points of fire, 35 points of piercing.
Oh my lord.
Donatello. Oh, wait, I get a legendary action. He's going to magically swirl its dusty remains. Each creature within 10 feet of the Demi-Lich must succeed a Constitution saving throw.
We're really starting to heat up now. Something bad's gonna happen. We can't let him have his turn.
Okay, this is it. Sarek's last gambit. Donatello's turn is next. If Donatello is blinded, he won't be able to touch the scepter to the crown. He just has to fail.
Sorry. I rolled a d10.
You succeed. That doesn't matter. On your next turn, you take the silver end and you place it upon the crown. And as soon as you do, a Sarek's skull turns to dust.
We did it!
He's like, "Ah," and you guys like, oh, jumping around the room, and you put the crown on his head, and you're like holding him there, and then swirling dust goes everywhere, and you just go ding, and he
Woohoo! Take that, mother.
Get me out of here! Please!
Great. Allergies still, but I think I'll handle it. We can pick up all the little gems. I'll take a Zyrtec, and then I'll be fine.
This is great. I mean, we're at time anyway, so I guess it's wonderful. It wrapped up pretty quick. The Tomb of Horrors, efficiently stupid.
all the gems are gone.
Damn. You know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Fitting end. I
Oh
think.
my god. You did it. You beat the Tomb of Horrors, guys.
Do we find-
Only one other group has ever done this, but I didn't play it as it was written.
Do we find Rosie?
Yeah.
You do find you are
Is she,
reconnected with
is she
Rosie.
Queen of the Monkeys right
Yes,
now?
she's
or-
Queen of the Monkeys.
Also, all her gear, I guess, was
You give her all of her
teleported.
stuff,
You
yeah.
have 2 Volpal swords.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god.
Oh no, wait, it was destroyed by the devil. That's gone. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just naked out there.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, we bring her some clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were my,
Some
were
glamour
my
weave that we
boobs
found
and my
in the thing.
uterus in...
No, your boobs and your uterus are actually forever gone.
Tits in there?
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I beat the Tomb of Horrors for the second time. We don't talk about that other 2 times where I died or we gave up. No, it wasn't fun. Well, it was kind of fun. We made it fun. I don't think you should run this dungeon unless it's like, let's make it like a drinking game responsibly. Or like, let's make it super silly. It shouldn't be serious. You should like try to figure out like how many times someone could die in the game.
I feel great. Siren is alive. We got a fuck ton of money and a lot of cool things. And that little motherfucker is dead now. At least I hope. Because of course he would come back. Of course he would.
I don't know. I don't even want to play it again. It's not bad. It's not anything. It's kind of just dumb. I don't know how well written it actually is. It seems like it's kind of written kind of like ass. It was fun. I will say it was fun. We got some cool stuff, and we have some cool lore. And honestly, I'm really excited this is our first episode to go out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is an incredible honor. I would like to thank not only the Academy for their consideration, I would like to thank Buckler for his monkeys and rats and his immense strength. I'd like to thank Donatello for just being himself and finding a beautiful companion to spend the rest of his life with. I'd like to thank Guy and Man for their endless contributions of magic and mystery. And also, I'd like to thank myself for the Chucky special.
And that's the Tomb of Horrors, run exactly as it was supposed to be for 5th edition at least. I've learned a lot through DMing this. You know, the first couple of times around I did it because, well, it's a legendary dungeon, we have to play it, we have to see what it's all about. And I've always left it being so disappointed. I never really liked how it was written. It seems like there's a lot of details you need to fill in yourself, and it's just really mean. Now, I think Spencer is right. I think if you take the Tomb of Horrors this seriously, it's not fun. I think I do actually finally understand what this dungeon is. This entire module is created for shock value. It's so memorable because it's so surprising and annoying. I think the fact that it's so awful makes it memorable and therefore makes it kind of beloved. You can create a lot of memories with the Tomb of Horrors. Going through a room filled with doors is really annoying, but it is really funny. Falling into a pit trap and taking a bunch of damage is pretty funny. Climbing into a devil mouth and being completely and forever destroyed is hilarious. Walking into a misty archway and then being teleported with none of your clothes on. This dungeon is fun. It's just a different kind of fun. Taking the Tomb of Horrors and putting it into the middle of your campaign is a terrible idea. Now, taking the Tomb of Horrors and showing up with a bunch of characters ready to jump into the meat grinder is really fun. I think it is written with that sole intention, to torture your players. So long as your players know that going in, this dungeon's a great time. But it's not for thinking, and it's not for puzzle solving, and it's not for being the most powerful characters in the room. It is a maze-like underground dungeon with a bunch of hallways, doors, traps, and terrible, inescapable things that can instantly kill your character, do horrible things to your character, make no sense, and frustrate the hell out of you. It is exactly as it says it is. The Tomb of Horrors. I'm glad to have finally cracked the case on this one, and kind of grow an appreciation for this dungeon. It's really silly, and that's kind of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a lot of work. It's something that I've been preparing and wanting to make for the past year. I very quickly want to shout out Spencer, Emma, Jack, and Pepper, who all went along with this. I had a great time running this, and I really learned a lot. But this is not where this ends. No. In fact, initially, this first episode of Dungeon Delve was just supposed to be the pilot. The first episode we recorded, we never intended to follow up on, but it was so much fun and we had a great time that we filmed the second part of it and decided to make the rest of it the first episode. So that's what this is. It's a little rough around the edges. It's also really long, a lot longer than I thought it would be. But if you're here and all the way at the end of this, I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching all of this. This means a lot to me, and this is something that we definitely want to continue doing. So if you liked this format and you liked this video, please let me know in the comments down below. We're gonna film more and we're gonna make more. We'll see how it goes, so be prepared for the next episode of Dungeon Delve. Let's see what other kind of horrors we'll delve into next.